but they're not, all of a sudden going to have a kickoff return for 90 yards or something to that end out of nowhere, because Bells is who Bells is. But Whitesboro has a lot more weapons and a lot more variability to that end. So it's a big game. That's why it's our lead story, Gunter versus Bells. Keep an eye on that on Friday night, and I think that will give you a little bit of insight into Brock versus Whitesboro. That game is, if Bells wins, then I would think that all of a sudden Whitesboro would probably get a state ranking bump, especially if they're able to win their game this week. And then all of a sudden, okay, Whitesboro has a much more meaningful win over Bells. If the game is even close, let's say 1-2 scores, Gunter wins 28-14 or 42-28, then to me, if you kind of look at the fact that Gunter won and Whitesboro won, I would say that Brock and Whitesboro might be a one-score, two-score kind of a game. And we know that Brock has a tendency this year to make one or two crucial mistakes almost every single game. And if you even look at the Feaster game, you're going to see 2 turnovers. They've yet to play a fully clean game against a competitive team. Now, if Whitesboro can figure out a coaching play, a special teams play, there are so many times, if you look at the power polls and whatnot, that a team that I would say should beat a team by 2 scores doesn't, because of 1 or 2 mistakes. Plano East versus Hebron last week. It was a game where Plano East had 3 massive mistakes in that game and lost the game by 2 scores. They didn't have those 3 massive mistakes. They probably win the game by a touchdown. Same thing theoretically with Brock and Whitesboro. If Whitesboro plays a clean game and there's only about a 2-score difference between them, and then they get 2 or 3 special plays that go their way, you're going to see Whitesboro beat Brock. In that hypothetical situation. But we just don't know enough about those teams. Obviously, they're going to play next week, so we will get our answer on the field, and Brock will have 2 weeks to get ready for that. But if you want a little bit of an appetizer and to see how you think that game is going to go, Gunter versus Bells, I think the point margin of that game will be within 1 or 2 scores of what the real thing is with Brock and Whitesboro. If Gunter wins this game going away, I think, pick Brock by 28 next week. If it's a very close game, 1 or 2 scores, and Gunter just gets by Bells, I think you can start to sound the upset alert when it comes to that. So that is our lead story, and hopefully you see why I think that game matters. But a game that mattered last week that was a little surprising was the Pilot Point versus Paradise game, and Pilot Point made a very good showing of itself. They did lose that game 48-34, but that game was a game where Pilot Point was winning the game in the fourth quarter, and Paradise scored the last 2 points. That game was 34-33 in the fourth quarter, and like I said, Paradise scored the last 2 touchdowns to pull away. But to me, Paradise was supposed to win this game pretty convincingly. And if you look at the Whitesboro versus Pilot Point game, it was not a game that Whitesboro really had much of a problem in. Now, if you're a Pilot Point fan, you might look to the fact that, well, in the second half, we actually played them pretty well. We just got down in the first half too much, and we were unable to overcome it. But in the second half, we showed a little bit more of what you would expect. And then if you're a Whitesboro fan, you might rationalize that we got up early, we got complacent, and just kind of game management and ran out the string. So what is the real version of Pilot Point? I think Pilot Point had a very good accounting of themselves in this game. And the thing I'm seeing with Pilot Point that when I'm looking a little bit deeper into the box score is they are trusting Wyatt Smith, their senior quarterback, to do much more than they did maybe in preseason or last year. He went 20 for 36 for 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also ran the ball 15 times for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns. So accounting for 5 touchdowns against a Paradise defense that we thought was pretty good shows us that Wyatt Smith is moving his game to that next level and is meeting the challenge of District 4-3A as we continue. Aston Kirby had 10 receptions for 188 yards in all 3 of those receiving touchdowns. Gage Anderson, the sophomore that we talk about and check in on Pilot's Point, had 11 carries for 30 yards in that game. So they're really putting a lot more weight and a lot more of the pressure of the Pilot Point season and success on Wyatt Smith, and I would say in the second half of the Whitesboro game and in this game against Paradise, even though you will see 0-2 in the record book, that Wyatt Smith has elevated his game to that next level, to where I would say, as of right now, Pilot Point would be probably the 4 seed the way they're playing if they can continue that on. And we'll have some fascinating thoughts of how that works against Ponder this week. But I'll just go ahead and tell you, I think Pilot Point's going to beat Ponder the way the matchups go, especially given how Wyatt Smith has played and how bad Ponder's defense is. If Pilot Point can put up these numbers against Paradise's defense, they're going to put up some huge numbers against Ponder's defense. And if Ponder can keep up the track meet, I think Pilot Point will be able to, we'll have some video game numbers that we're going to be talking about next week. But I'm really liking what Pilot Point is doing. But when you go back in that game, it was a back and forth game nonstop. Paradise scored first. Austin Iglesias with a 32-yard run. And then Pilot Point answered back, take the lead 7-6. Iglesias with another 1-yard run. And then Kirby again also answered back to go up 14-13. Paradise with a Leo Hernandez run gets another touchdown. Now it's 19-14. Then Pilot Point again answers back, and it's 21-14. Paradise scores 2 straight. But then Pilot Point scores 2 straight, and that's how we got the fourth quarter. It's up 34-33, but Paradise scored the last 2 touchdowns. So really the last 6 possessions, you had 2 Paradise, 2 Pilot Point, 2 Paradise touchdowns, and that was the accounting of the game. And Paradise with 29 second-half points to barely pull it out, 48-34. And they had good numbers. I mean, Austin Iglesias did everything you would expect. He ran the ball 23 times for 141 yards. It was only 9 of 15 for 196 yards passing. Aiden Winters for Paradise was the big receiver, 3 receptions for 110 yards. But what Pilot Point did was they said, okay, we're going to try to limit Austin Iglesias from beating us. Somebody else has to beat us. And nobody else was able to step up. And Pilot Point was able to play with them. You take their defensive scheme, and then what Wyatt Smith did, it worked. And, I'm sure Pilot Point is probably looking at that. The fourth quarter, they didn't play a complete 48 minutes. And if they could have stepped up to the challenge of the fourth quarter, they likely would have won that game. What that tells me, because Paradise is a very good team this year, is that I think Pilot Point may be a little bit better than we think, and they're getting better at the right time. And I think we're going to see that this week when they play Ponder. So good on Pilot Point. It's always good to see Pilot Point get better throughout the year. Because last year, one of my disappointments with Pilot Point was I didn't think they got better as the year went on. I think they kind of peaked early, and then as the season went on, you didn't see any adjustments. You didn't see them getting better. This Pilot Point team, especially the last 2 weeks, or really the week and a half, is getting better each week. And even going back to that second half of the Farmersville game, you could start to see that improvement kicking in. I think Wyatt Smith is starting to get his confidence, starting to get his sea legs, Lieutenant Dan, if you will. Moving to the next game, Brock versus Peaster. This game was a little bit closer than I thought as well, and it's hard. I had a question on Twitter about, we got Whitesboro against Peaster, and can you really evaluate Brock versus Peaster and Whitesboro versus Peaster? And really the answer for me is no to that end, because it's all about blowout management. Brock was winning this game 28-0 at half. And pretty much, I think everybody, if you see Brock is winning 28-0 at half, it's really not a game in doubt. And different coaches, for different reasons, whether it was suspensions or homecoming or bye week, or you just want to see some younger kids play before the bye week, maybe, their coach has an evaluation tool he likes to do in the bye week. You can't manage blowouts. You can't manage blowouts, but you can't evaluate blowouts. Okay, well, Brock won by 35 and Whitesboro won by 33. Which of those is better? I mean, you can't do that. But what you can do is, if Pilot Point plays Paradise pretty close and Whitesboro plays Pilot Point and blows them out, you can evaluate those two elements. But this week's Peaster versus Whitesboro game, I'm not looking at blowout management as far as evaluating that. I'm looking more at that Gunter versus Bell's game as far as that goes. But Brock, again, with another good week. And again, they're getting more confidence, and they're doing it on the ground. I think that's where their base offense wants to be, with Tyler Moody being more efficient in his throwing. And one thing I saw in the Gunter game is that if you press Tyler Moody to do too much, it's not to say he can't answer that challenge, but he does better when he's asked to manage as opposed to have to make a play. And maybe to win a state championship, he has to learn to make those plays. But I think he plays better within the system when he's got the running game around him doing well, and then he can kind of distribute the ball and take meaningful big shots when the plays are there and it's one-on-one, and he's not having to throw a perfect ball into triple coverage to try to make a play. That's the Tyler Moody that I think he's not suited to be that kind of a player. And who is suited to be that kind of a player? Nobody wants to be able to push it down and throw it into triple coverage and things like that. So I think this version of Tyler Moody is Brock's best version of Tyler Moody, which means you might not get the video game numbers, but you look at him as the leader of the team, as the distributor of the team, and as the game manager of the team. Brett Tutter, 11 carries for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Reed Watkins, 9 for 70 and 3 touchdowns. And again, when he has to run the ball, 8 for 41 and a touchdown for Tyler Moody. 11 of 18 throwing the ball for 114 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Jet Jones, the big receiver of the day, 5 for 41. Reed Watkins, 2 for 22. Jackson Hart, 1 for 16. Our guy Carson Finney, 2 for 5. And Cannon Stevens, 1 for 30. Big day for the defense as well, keeping them down. They didn't really have a lot of sacks, but, Zach Brewster, again, with a big day, and then Cooper Massey as well. Good defensive performances. And Luke Surley as well, with 6.5 tackles for Brock. And the reason I can give you defensive stats is because they put them out there on the internet. So good on you, Brock, for doing that. Final game of the week last week was Whitesboro versus Boyd, and this was a game that I think, again, if you're looking at blowouts, we had Boyd versus Brock last week, and now we have Boyd versus Whitesboro, and now we're going to have Whitesboro versus Peaster after we had Brock versus Peaster. I don't think you can really read into this as, clearly Brock is better because they beat Boyd by more than Whitesboro did. You kind of can look at the first half. It was a pretty competitive game. Almost through halftime, it was 22-8 at half. And then Whitesboro went 21-0 in the second half, which to me shows the improvement I'm looking for at Whitesboro, because if you look at what they did against Pilot Point, they played around in the second half, and Whitesboro pretty much shut Boyd down in the second half, and that's the kind of thing we're looking for Whitesboro. At least I'm looking for in my analysis and progression. And also defensively, and I kind of talked about their defense maybe not being the strength of their team last week. What did they do? They completely shut down Gavin Rosado for only 10 carries for 30 yards. Boyd had only 200 yards, less than 200 yards of offense. Braden McIntyre went 14 for 30 with 145 yards. They were able to get 2 interceptions. This is the Whitesboro that is a dangerous Whitesboro team. You might start doing score comparisons. Now they have 2 straight 5-score wins over teams that they should be beating. So it'll be fascinating for me to see that Gunter versus Bell score. Maybe Bell's got a little more than we think that they will. Maybe Gunter isn't that kind of a team, because Whitesboro is starting to put together quite a bit of a run, and it'll be fascinating for next week, the big Brock versus Whitesboro.
This is the Pilot Point Bearcat pregame show, brought to you by Homeland Roofing on PilotPointBearcats.com. And now, here's your host.
The views and opinions expressed by Ryan Menard and John Little are those of the broadcaster and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Pilot Point Independent School District or PilotPointBearcats.com. Any content or comments provided by our broadcast team is their opinion and is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. This broadcast of Pilot Point football may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any other form without the expressed written consent of PilotPointBearcats.com.
This is Pilot Point Bearcat football live on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Dr. White, 20 jet sweep for Ashton Kirby. He's going to turn it up to the first down inside the 20. Ashton Kirby's going to take it all the way for the puzzle printing touchdown. What a play. Draw back pass, clean time. Oh, he's got Crew Chandler. Breaks across the side. Chandler, catch it. Touchdown, Crew Chandler.
And now to the stadium with Ryan Menard and John Little.
Football on PilotPointBearcats.com. We're on the road in Ponder, Texas, where the Bearcats will attempt to tame the Lions. With me tonight is Mr. 29, John Little. John, the playoffs start tonight for both of these teams. The loser of this game will find themselves on the outside looking in at the playoff picture, and the winner still controls their own destiny. What do the Bearcats need to do to stay in control of their own destiny?
Well, Ryan, good to be with you, Big 5-0. We touched on it in the Homeland Roofing pregame show. I think the Bearcats have to win the turnover battle here tonight, and we have to possess and control the football as much as possible in order to keep this high-powered Ponder passing attack off the field as much as possible. If we can jump out to an early lead, that would be paramount as well. Hopefully this, it would force this Ponder offense to take some risks. And that would be the formula to victory for me and this for our Pilot Point Bearcats here tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, we can see close to 100 pass attempts from the two teams combined tonight. With that style of game, what are we expecting to see from this Bearcat secondary?
Yeah, Ryan, I mean, last week I was glad to see Wyatt Smith make his return on the defensive side of the ball, and that secondary, I think that really helped. He made a big impact. Several, he had great pass coverages, and he had a huge interception in that second half against Paradise last week. So we're going to need all hands on deck again with this secondary. As, like you said, this Ponder team, they average 48 passing attempts a game. They've had as many, I think, as 55, 58, something like that in one game. So they're going to throw it around. And our Bearcats only have 3 sacks and 2 interceptions on the entire season so far. So I'd really like to see our guys double those stats here tonight. And as we've seen, the last couple of weeks with our Dallas Cowboys and the Micah Parsons-led pass rush, disrupting an offense with a consistent pass rush can be huge, and it can really impact this game for our defense.
Yeah, so getting into this matchup, Pilot Point has taken on the Ponder Lions 6 times and has yet to fall to the Ponder Lions. Most of these wins by the Bearcats have been in blowout fashion as well. That being said, this is the best Ponder Lion football team in their brief history. And the last time the Bearcats were here, they needed a late fourth quarter touchdown to get out of here with an 18-13 win. I don't think we're going to see an 18-13 game tonight. We may have multiple 18-13 quarters.
That's right.
Well, we talked on the pregame show about this press box being somewhat small and the coaches being in the room next to us and maybe needing drywall. Well, I think you and I have added incentive to hope things go better because they are not next to us. They are above us. And if they get to jumping up and down, I might get some foot stomping. They may join us.
Might need to call in Homeland Roofing to fix a roof by the time this thing's over.
Hopefully not, right? Maybe jumping from the side on our side.
I know a guy, Brent Fortney, he'll hook you up.
Well, there's some interesting developments in the weather of this, so let's get a weather check, and then let's see the look each team is sporting tonight.
Yeah, Ryan, it's very pleasant out here, starting out 78 degrees, wind out of the north of 14, 15 miles an hour. As you pointed out, you can see the PPHS flags out there blowing. It could be a factor because these guys are going to, both teams are going to throw the ball around. So when you've got the wind, you're going to have a little extra behind the ball, and then when you're going against it, it's going to be a little bit more difficult probably to complete passes down the field. So it'll be interesting to watch with this if the wind keeps up at 14, 15 miles an hour. And then as far as uniform check, the Ponder Lions look to be wearing their grays with red headgear with the lion on the side. And our Bearcats are sporting a nice look. I like it. We're going with the pink kind of spats / socks for October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then we got the white pants, white jerseys with black numbers, accented by the orange, and we're going with the black AU concept, black matte helmets with Bearcats on one side, and then the Texas logo with the interlocking P's and orange on the other side. So it's a good look for our Bearcats.
This is the first time you've seen these black helmets, isn't it?
I believe so. I think we talked about it at least. I know we didn't break out the black helmets my day until the playoffs. So it's always seems like a special occasion to me anytime I see those black headgear. But I like it.
Yeah, we always heard that when we brought the black helmet back, and we kind of wanted to do that, but I do like just the mixed, varied looks that we can give throughout the season, whether it's playoffs or not. I like seeing the black helmet.
Yeah, and this one looks really cool with the black numbers on the white jersey. I think this is a good look.
Absolutely, captains tonight for the Bearcats. Right here in front of us, number 59, Juan Dominguez is a captain. The sophomore, number 7, Gage Anderson is a captain. And then number 4, sophomore Tristan Zambrano. So this whole style here is everybody takes a turn being captain, representing us at the center, the midfield logo to do the coin flip. I'm going to look over there, see if I can test my eyesight here. Captains for Ponder. Number 12, Clifton Cooper, senior quarterback. Number 70, senior Keith Fain. And number 8, senior Trey Kaisiak,
linebacker.
Yeah. So what do you think? So what do you think about taking turns being captains or having actual designated captains out there at midfield for the coin flip?
For me, I just like having seniors do it every week. I don't care if you rotate them or not, but I like to give those senior guys a chance. That's the way we did it back in my day. It was always senior led. I wasn't a captain every single week, but it seemed like every third or fourth week I was a captain when I was a senior. Yeah,
I like having whether it's seniors, I like having designated guys just because they're you have team captains. They're out there who are going to represent you first. We had the same 4 every week, but they were all seniors.
Well, we talked about it. You kind of have to coach them up because you can't just say we want to kick, right? You got to defer or or not. So
terminology can get tricky.
That's right. So we always.
Those referees in that Cowboy game even tried to talk Dak out of saying that.
Right.
He's still stuck with it. And
yep.
That's fun.
You can end up kicking off twice.
Yep. Well, the coin has been flipped. I thought the Bearcats won because the official immediately turned and talked to big number 59 there from the Bearcats. And they did win the toss, and they are electing to receive here early in this one. So we got number 59, Juan Dominguez, who was the point man.
Yep.
And he said, hey, we won the flip. We want the ball. So we're going to step away, maybe get one commercial if the teams run out to the national anthem, and we'll come.
Care Veterinary Hospital, Pilot Point, has been caring for animals around the Pilot Point area for the past 30 years. Large and small pets can expect a quality experience unmatched by other clinics. Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point offers all the services you need, surgical and dental needs with their full service lineup. Good luck to the Bearcats Mexican food experience. Visit Uncle Beto's Mexican Restaurant on the corner of Liberty Street and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. Uncle Beto's offers the freshest and most authentic flavors that you can only find in the best Mexican cuisine. Dine in, or if you prefer curbside service, call Uncle Beto's at 940-686-0143 and order your food to go. Be sure to make Uncle Beto's a part of your game night routine, either before the game or up until 10 p.m. on game night.
So I just want to let everybody know that currently we are running on a hotspot. We will try to switch to a more stable internet. The hotspot here in Ponder is a little shaky. You'll see some pixelated photos. You'll see some skipping, which we hadn't seen this year because we've had reliable internet. And that situation will be addressed here probably sometime in the first quarter. Maybe when we go to a commercial break, we're going to jump over to internet. And hopefully that'll definitely fix our pixelation issue, and hopefully it will fix our sound issue as well. We have a couple different things we're going to try, but we're about to do the national anthem here, so we're going to let you listen.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this football game. We will begin tonight's event by asking you to please rise for a moment of silence and a brief prayer. First, a moment of silence.
thank you for this beautiful night. We pray for your protection over our teams, friends, and family. We are so grateful for those who work for the protection of our country, communities, and freedom. Thank you for the gift of Friday Night Lights. Amen.
And now for our national anthem as performed by the Ponder Choir.
All right, we're getting ready for kickoff here in Ponder, Texas. Starting off this big game. Talked about it a lot on the Homeland Roofing pregame show. You know, technically it's not listed on as a playoff game, but the playoffs are starting early for both these teams. The winner of this game still controls their own destiny on the inside of the playoff race. The loser kind of finds himself on the outside looking in. Hopefully they can hoping they can get somebody can get upset and they can squeeze in that fourth spot. So this is a big one for both teams.
Yeah, it feels like a big one. We got a big crowd. Ponder, we found out it was Ponder's homecoming. Nice crowd on both sides here tonight, Ryan. We're in for a treat, I think.
Yeah, this is one of the rare occasions we actually get to sit on Pilot Point side because they have a press box over here on Pilot Point side. So we're going to see Pilot Point's getting the ball first, and they're going to be traveling into the wind. So whenever, Ponder's going to be kicking with the wind here. But, if I'm the Ponder kickoff team, I'm putting Pilot Point special teams to the test, and I'm seeing if they've adjusted here on the opening kickoff of the game.
Yeah, and they've got the win, like you said, but we got three guys deep that are capable. We got Gage, Aston, and Crew Chandler. And so I'm sure, hopefully we get to return this thing. Get off to a good start.
Well, they're splitting out wide. They've got 5 men on each side of the kicker. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line for the Southern Junkie kick. And the approach and the kick, it is a deep one, and it's going to be fielded on the, it's going to be dropped by Gage, and Aston Kirby's going to get on it and jump on it at about the 12, or about the 17. So that's better than what it could have been, but still some issues. Ball hit us right in the chest and ends up on the turf.
Yeah, heads-up play by our own Quinn Ewers out there. Aston Kirby, he's got that Texas tailgate, Mississippi mud flap going, and he had to put it to some use already on the opening kickoff to save us right there.
Absolutely. So I'm going to do an independent financial starting lineup. Your offensive lineman, Cole Left, Angel Salazar, Juan Dominguez, Eddie Batista, and Ryan Riney. And those are your linemen here for this first down play. Wyatt Smith in the pistol takes a snap, and the first play is going to be a handoff to Anderson, who's going to try to find some space around the right side, and there's really none to be had. But, this goes back a few weeks ago, when we were calling pancakes, and somebody, if it's after the play, it's a personal foul on a pancake. Well, that is one right there that they may be correct on. Ryan Riney drove his man down the field and threw him onto the ground, but it looks like this head line judge over here deemed that it might have been a little bit too late.
Yeah, it looked that way. Well, they're going Ponder's way. Let's see here.
Well, we have an advanced vet care penalty on the game, and I was absolutely wrong.
Yep.
So Ryan Riney will get credit for a pancake.
I'm glad
and the
you were
Bearcats
wrong.
are going to get 5 yards and what I imagine will be a automatic first down.
That is correct.
So we don't have Volcano's CrossFit sideline mic down there yet, but we get Bearcats benefit from the first penalty of the game. Second first down snap, another run for Anderson. Anderson had a trouble with the mesh there on the handoff, and was able just barely to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and big number 99, Stephen Carmona, it looks like, big jersey. He would not let Gage pop that thing out to the outside.
Finishing the Independent Financial starting lineup, Crew Chandler, Aston Kirby, and it looks like Jesse Rangel, your receivers. Wyatt Smith is your quarterback. Gage Anderson's your running back, and Alex Pugoff. Aston Kirby going right to left. He's going to cut it up and get out just across the 30, which, once again, kind of just barely back to the line of scrimmage there. And Ryan Riney's going to have to come out. Gain of 1 is going to set up a 3rd and 8 here. With your big right tackle off the field on this play. Leo Servin Jr. is going to fill in on this 3rd and 8.
Key that we convert on these third downs.
Offense kind of overloaded to the right. They're going to roll out that way, looking to pass, throwing into the wind. Crew Chandler has an opportunity. He's going to catch it, and that's going to be an Iowa Real Estate Group first down out to the Bearcat 43-yard line. Great comeback route, throwing into the wind. Wyatt Smith was able to get it to Crew Chandler for that first down.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Wyatt into the wind, like you said, and it's nice to see Crew Chandler get off to a good start. You didn't hear from him a lot last week. It was a nice route. He drove his cornerback off the ball and then came back and made a nice sideline catch, keeping his feet in.
Absolutely. Bearcats have another first down, second first down of the drive, and this is going to be another first down carry for Anderson, who's going to get up the middle, out across the 45. They're going to mark him all the way up at the 48-yard line, so gave him quite a good spot there. Good first down run there from Gage Anderson.
And going back to that third down play, it's just so key to keep this Ponder offense off the field as long as possible.
Especially in this direction where the wind would be at their back.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, that might factor into this one. So it is going to be about 2nd and 4 here. The second down handoff, and it is going to be a play action pass out caught by Aston Kirby at the 50 before he's immediately slung down for about a 2-yard gain right at the goalkeeper pool's 50-yard line. 9:40 left in the first quarter, brought to you by Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant. And the Bearcats on the drive going to have another third down.
Another key third down.
Right at midfield here.
Ponder showing pressure on the outside over there.
The guy came in the neutral zone, didn't necessarily jump, but we're right down the line here in the neutral zone. Bearcats missed an opportunity to snap the ball, but that wasn't the play, right? That was a check with me, so snap. And it's going to be straight drop back.
Don't get it,
Crew Chandler.
Didn't see it.
No, yeah. Wyatt Smith and Crew Chandler are not on the same page. Ball floats in the air in the wind, and it is going to be intercepted by the Ponder Lions, number 0, Braden Annis. And like I said, it was miscommunication. Crew Chandler thought he was running a deep post. Wyatt Smith thought he was running a go route. Ball floated in the air. And number 8 there for the Lions was the only one there waiting for it to come down.
Yeah, and I'm under the impression that Crew might have ran the wrong route because he was getting communicated with, coached up there on the sideline after that play.
Independent Financial starting lineup for the defense. We got big number 77, Manny Segundo. Number 50, Azael Gonzalez. Number 56, Leo Servin Jr. are your defensive line. Then you're going to have Gage Anderson and Wyatt Smith playing corner here. And Clifton Cooper for the Lions going to drop back, pass on the first play. Pressured, rolls out, gets outside of Alex Puga. Cooper Martin makes him, and he does down the field. The referee says it's incomplete, skipped on the turf. So the 0 for 1 for Clifton Cooper. So Wyatt Smith, Gage Anderson were your cornerbacks, and then you have Cale Martin, Colin Lynch, and Cooper Locke at linebacker. Alex Puga playing a defensive end down there, and then safeties you have Crew Chandler and Aston Kirby.
And I like the look from the Bearcat defense. So the defensive line went with the stand-up rush, and Puga was able to pressure Cooper out of the pocket there.
Oh, blitz coming off the edge, and they read it well. Had a wheel route coming out of the backfield, complete to number 2 there. Number 2 there for Ponder is going to be Mitch Nuzard. He's their leading receiver. Clifton Cooper saw the blitz of free rushers, and they just replaced the ball right back where the blitzer came from. And they're going quick, trips right. They're going to roll out that way to pass. Getting some pressure, makes the first pass. There's a big sack. Number 59, Juan Dominguez, and number 50, Aziel Gonzalez team up there for the first sack of this game. It's going to set Ponder behind the chains on second down.
Are you ready to snap again, Ron?
Yep, trips left, straight drop back, looking to pass, throwing the deep route. Gage Anderson running with the man, incomplete. And did they throw a flag? I see something on the ground.
I don't know if that was the coach or, yeah, I think, yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know if this team throws for as many yards as they do and they do it as quickly as they do. His hat's off. Is that a hat or what is that?
Step out on the
That
route.
might have been illegal touching. Yeah, the ball's coming back. Because I didn't think it was a flag, but I saw something skipping. His hat's off, then the flag came out. So that looks like it might be illegal touching.
Yeah, I didn't see enough to warrant pass interference. Gage and the receiver.
We were wrong.
Well, we were wrong.
We missed the call. Our statistician in the box next to us saw it. They did call pass interference on Gage. I don't know if I want to press these receivers in an offense that goes as quick as they do and that tries to just throw the ball deep every play.
I'm all for the bend but don't break method. Just keep everything in front of you.
Yep. So 2 receivers stacked left, 2 receivers stacked right for Clifton Cooper. Ball not ready for it. Snap comes.
Snap. Got bailed out.
Bailed out by the referees. They snapped at the, either before the ready for play whistle. I thought I heard a whistle.
I did too.
I thought the whistle made the center snap the ball, which is a legal snap.
Yep.
I mean, that whistle's ready for play. The ball can be snapped. But Ponder's going to get bailed out on that, so they're going to have it 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 25-yard line. And it's going to be their first run up the middle and going to carry a few guys down to the 20-yard line. That's an interesting adjustment you pointed out by the Bearcat defensive line, their stand-up rush.
Yeah, and I thought we had a good blitz call from Colin Lynch from the safety position there. But
left, Cooper throwing into the trips, and the ball is low, and they are going to rule that he caught it, but he is down. You're going to set up a 3rd and short. I believe the line of the game is going to be the Bearcat 15-yard line, and the ball's at the Bearcat 16-yard line. So Ponder only needing 1 yard here. And it's going to be a Clifton Cooper power run, and he's going to try to reverse field, and Wyatt Smith quarterback on quarterback tackle right there, along with a couple other Bearcats going to get it on that. And the Bearcat defensive line getting us a run in real quick, swapping out Cole left, Ryan Riney, Eddie Batista coming in for the Bearcats.
Got to do a quick change against these guys. They're snapping again.
And it is another run.
Ryan
not having it. So one of the rare back-to-back runs for the Ponder Lions, but that's going to result in no gain. And it's going to set up 2nd and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, I was curious to see how fast they were going to go, Ryan, compared to some other teams we've seen.
Roll out right, Cooper looking to pass. He held on to it a little too long. Now he's going to step up and try to find some room to run, and he does. He's going to dance down to about the 5 before there's a pile of Bearcats jumping on his back. Going to set up a 3rd and 4 from the 5.
I saw him do that in the highlights. He's elusive. He doesn't seem like he's running full speed, but he gets away from her.
Snap, drop straight back to pass, looking left. He pump fakes, he's going to run, and he's going to sneak into the end zone for a Ponder Lion touchdown with 6:36 left in the first quarter. So that early Bearcat turnover burns them, and the Ponder Lions get in the end zone here on the first drive for them.
Yeah, and whenever you run full wide every play, it really stretches out your defense, and that creates some running lanes for the quarterback, and he found it there.
It puts you in a real conflict on defense, too. I want to rush, and, because with everybody else running around covering people, when you rush, gives them that room to step up in, and then like this, nobody's open, but he's dancing around finding room. Man, you just drop 8 in coverage and only bring 3 and tell them stay in their lane. They're just going to be able to find guys open. Well, Ponder's Nick's Italian PAT is up, and it is good. So, 6:36 left in the first quarter. Ponder takes a 7-0 lead. And if we're ready for a commercial, we'll go to a commercial real quick. We may not.
Yes, sir.
And as we come back to you, I don't think I'm good. I don't hear anything.
I hear you, Rons.
You hear me?
Yep.
Well, if y'all can hear me out there in Bearcat land, Colin Lynch just takes a handoff up the middle, 51 yards for a touchdown.
House call.
And the Bearcats are setting up for a Nick's Italian PAT to tie the game. So hopefully y'all had at least the audio, the video came up in time to show that. So Bearcat touchdown. Here we go. 6:17 left in the first quarter, brought to you by Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant. The Bearcats answer quickly, and that's what we needed, John.
Absolutely, it was, Ron. A quick answer. I didn't expect that, but I'll take it. That was great. Great run on the ground by our Bearcats. Shout out to the Sunset Pools of North Texas chat out there. Everybody subscribe. I see my sister-in-law is out there. Jillian Jarish / Crenshaw, the whole Crenshaw clan. Honey Badger, my daughter's over there at the Crenshaw household. And they live here in Ponder. You got Seth, Luke, and Naomi.
Well, that's exactly what we needed to see, right? Bearcats had a drive going on their first drive and ultimately turned it over. And then the Ponder Lions go down there and get on the board, so you're starting to feel a little bit of pressure to answer back, and we do in a hurry. 51 yards from Colin Lynch, right up the middle.
Yeah, that was probably the best speed we've seen out of Colin Lynch all season. Love to see it.
It's one of the few explosive plays that we've seen in the run game this year by the Bearcats.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be big, especially into the wind like that. It was great to get a big long touchdown run.
All right, getting teed up for the Southern Junkies kick, Elias Alejos. And he's going to kick it deep down the Ponder sideline. It's going to be fielded on the run at the 30. And immediately hit. I believe I see number 8, Aston Kirby, going down the field doing it all.
The Florida Follicle Fountain strikes again.
Making a big hit there. He was my player to watch in the Homeland Roofing pregame show because of his prowess on both sides of the football. And last week he was a big play on the offense waiting to happen. But playing in this Bearcat secondary, we're going to need to see big tackles like that and then maybe getting hands on footballs and forcing turnovers.
That's right. Better looking Quinn Ewers strikes again. Number 8 had an awesome game last week against Paradise. He's following it up with a strong game so far this one.
Lions start this possession at their own 31, trips left, drops straight back for Cooper, and he's looking. He has a short crossing.
Oh, he
ball
fumbled
comes
it.
out. It's a fumble, and he's going to get back on it. No Bearcats were even close so he could fumble the football, pick it back up, and then still run out to the Ponder Lion 45-yard line for a first down. Number 7, Brannick Sorensen.
Brannick Sorensen. Yeah, we were fortunate that he fumbled that because he had room to run there.
Well, I mean, so much room he fumbled it, picked it up, and still ran for more than the first down.
Still had 5 yards till somebody touched him after he picked up his own fumble.
So we have trips right for Ponder, but they also have a stack out there with 2 receivers, and it's going to be a little. This is a pretty advanced looking passing game here by Ponder.
Yeah, it's really a true spread style air raid attack.
I mean, they wrote all the plays in Madden, so we're going to run. We're going to run all these routes.
They got a plethora of passing plays.
Yep,
that
trips
was for
right.
UT Slay.
Drop straight back. Kale Martin forces pressure. Clifton Cooper steps up, delivers a strike down the seam, and number 2 could not bring it in because Gage Anderson was in good coverage.
That's Mitch Nazard. He's their leading receiver. You got to watch that guy.
Over 170 yards per game and 10 touchdowns so far in the year.
Yeah, we're gonna be calling his number quite a bit. At number 2.
Hopefully for drops like that. I mean, it was dropped because it was good coverage.
Yeah, it was.
Trips left, drops straight back. Clifton Cooper looking into the trips, and he's going to deliver a strike on the curl. And Bearcats having trouble tackling, something that you hadn't seen a whole lot of this year. They've been pretty solid tacklers. Case Peacock, the Ponder Lions have themselves a Peacock, and he caught that ball at about the 4-yard mark and broke a couple tackles, was able to get a first down out to the Bearcat 30-yard line.
Yeah, those Peacocks are tough. You can't bring them down with an ankle tackle.
Not at all. This is a balanced formation. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Cooper drops straight back to pass, steps up under some pressure. Looking, more pressure, is going to avoid it, and he's going to dance and run, and he's going to get out to the 24. That's the tough thing, some similarities between this Bearcat team and what I've seen on Saturdays from the Longhorns. Longhorns have had no problem getting to quarterbacks this year. They've had a problem bringing them down, and that's what's happened so far early with Clifton Cooper. This is going to be a run. I think that's Sorensen who's going to get out to the 20. But you see what I'm saying? Like, we're getting to the quarterback. We're just not finishing it.
Yeah, and he kind of reminds me of a Dollar General Vince Young. I mean, he doesn't look like he's running full speed. I don't want to give him that much credit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love me some Vince Young.
Maybe a Pilot Point Dollar General.
Well, yeah. For me, it was Bill's Dollar Store. Shout out Bill's. That burned down. It was on the square. I used to work there.
Balance formation.
I didn't burn it
drop
down.
Back to pass. Incomplete. Hit right in the chest of number 10, Peacock, and he couldn't bring it in. Going to set up a 3rd and 10 for the Ponder Lions.
I meant that as a compliment. The quarterback, he's elusive. He just doesn't look like he runs real upright and he finds a lane.
4:39 left in the first quarter. Snap, drop back. Surprised they're passing. This time he has some time, but Ryan Riney's going to finish this one, and the Bearcats are going to get the sack on 3rd and long. They're going to set up a 4th and maybe 16 here. And I didn't get to see Ponder's kicking situation before the game, but they'd have the wind if they have a kicker, but there's no real look like they're thinking about it. They're going to go for it.
Considering kicking this.
Well, I thought it was 3rd down going into that play. They have it 3rd down on the field now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought we were a little bit fortunate. They almost drew us off sides there. They didn't do their quarterback any the referees didn't do the quarterback any favors. Ryan Riney had him wrapped up, and he's kind of looking at the officials to blow the whistle.
Drop back to pass. Ryan Riney getting pressure again. Deep down post route. And there's Nazard who's going to burn Anderson on the deep post and get in the end zone for another Ponder touchdown. This passing attack, I've been interested to see it, given the fact that the numbers that they've put up. I kind of was confused, on how they were putting up so many yards. But this passing attack is complex, and they've got a guy who can sling it around.
And, man, they run plays back to back to back, just quick.
Well, the snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. So 3:57 left in the first quarter, brought to you by Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant. Ponder takes a 14-7 lead. So, John, let me give your defensive coordinator brain a test here, a little exercise here.
Yep.
When a defense or an offense, they're going to throw the ball 9 out of every 10 plays. They're going to send 4 or 5 guys out, and they're going to run quick, as fast as they can.
Yep.
Do you just come up with the coverage during the week that you think is going to work best and then just run it every play? Or what do you maybe you can't run it every play, but 80% of the game, are you just running the one coverage so everybody's on the same page?
Yeah, I think you treat it like a ball control offense. For me, I just make them throw underneath as much as possible, because the more plays they run, the more apt they are to make a mistake or get a penalty and get behind the chains, etc. And it's like that. Right in that situation right there, you just got to keep a guy in front of you. You can't let anybody run behind you on a 3rd and long situation, because they're gonna find them, and they've got a great connection with all their receivers, especially number 2, it looks like, and Clifton Cooper. So for me, I just keep everything underneath, and I just change the blitz package constantly.
Yeah. This kick is going to take a short hop. We're having trouble fielding it, but we are going to field it at about the 10. And Aston's going to get it out to about the 18-yard line, but the Bearcats going to have very similar starting field position as they did on the opening drive of the game. Yeah, it's because, pass coverage, as long as you're not going to blow any coverages and as long as you don't let them run by you, they may go down the field, but like you said, they're going to have to run a bunch of plays to do it, and that's the whole point. And then every now and then mix in a blitz and try to get a tackle for loss. Ryan Riney has already, been involved in 2 sacks so far. But that's the thing about an explosive pass offense is you can have them at 3rd and 16, and then they throw a 25-yard slant or post for a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bearcats got to answer once again.
Well, we had our first explosive run play for a touchdown this season, and we're gonna try to run some action off of that. Wyatt Smith's going to run look to be almost like a broken run play there that's going to result in a tackle for loss for the Ponder Lions.
Yeah, that did not look right from the onset. He was kind of faking to no one, and that's a bad feeling for the quarterback, and then everybody collapsed on him.
Yeah, because of our little technical situation, didn't get to shout out the West Heitzman Insurance Service big play on that Pelzel printing touchdown by Colin Lynch. So it is going to be 2nd and 12 for the Bearcats, and it is going to be another handoff with nowhere to go, another tackle for loss. Colin Lynch is going to have nowhere to go, and a drive that started on, looked to be they marked up to 19, is going to be 3rd and 14 with the ball on the Bearcat 15. The line to gain will be the 30-yard line. So the Bearcats going to be forced into a passing situation right here.
Yeah, and into the wind, so it's not gonna come easy. We really need to convert.
It's homecoming here for the Ponder Lions, so they're a little extra juice to start this game. They got the wind at their back. We need to weather this, try to get some points on the board, and maybe see if the change in direction and the wind affects their passing game a little. Straight drop back for Weiss.
Wheel route.
He's going to throw it, and he has
Get
Crew
it.
Chandler caught.
Let's go, Crew.
It's a race. Crew Chandler shouldn't be caught. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Another West Heightsman Insurance Service big play. 85 yards.
Two
from
live
Wyatt
Crew,
Smith
baby.
to Crew Chandler. And, hey, we got a passing game of our own. Man, he was wide open.
Yeah, he was. Wow.
I don't know. I thought he might be caught there at the end, though, but he made it all the way 85 yards, running just a leisurely stroll down the numbers on the Bearcat sideline.
Yeah, and if there was any doubt that Wyatt could throw into the wind, there's no doubt now.
Mixed Italian PAT to snap. The hold, the kick is good.
Way up and
2:23
way good.
left in the first quarter. Brought to you by Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant. We're tied up at 14 here in Ponder.
Located in Pilot Point, Texas, the Chandler family has been making custom cabinets for over 40 years. As a team, Chandler Cabinets is committed to designing and building the perfect cabinets for you. They will make the process comfortable and stress-free by personally guaranteeing a superior product built on the standard of superior craftsmanship and immaculate customer satisfaction. From concept to completion, perfect form and function. Chandler Cabinets is an award-winning company with a reputation for consistent innovation at the highest level of design. You can find more information on Chandler Cabinets at chandlercabinets.net or on their Facebook page, Chandler Cabinets.
How good would you be at something if you've done it for 150 years? Probably pretty good, right? Well, at Shape and Title Company, that's exactly how much experience we bring to the table on each and every closing. Helping you realize the American dream of owning your own home is what we do best. And when we say best, we really mean it. We've been voted Texoma's #1 title company 12 years in a row. So when buying or selling your next property, tell your realtor you want to use Shape and Title right here in Pilot Point. Go Bearcats!
Got it teed up here at the 40. The ball falls down. This would be a good time to do a Corner Cafe district score report.
Absolutely, Ryan. We got Paradise is up 13-0. Start second quarter over Boyd, and Peaster and Whitesboro are tied at 6, starting the second quarter.
Pilot Point Feed Store scoreboard check. 2:23 left in the first quarter. Brought to you by Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant. Bearcats 14, Ponder 14, and Ponder's going to have the ball with some time and the wind still in there at their back. This is a high floating quick kick fair catch, and it's going to get out of bounds. It gives Ponder really good field position on this drive. I believe it's going to be their own 40.
Looks like 35.
Well, but it went out of bounds, so it's a penalty.
Yeah. Well, yep, you're right.
So we'll
Call
see where it
fair catch.
ultimately gets. Well, I mean, a kickoff can't go out of bounds without being touched.
Yep.
We'll see where it's marked.
It's been quite the first quarter, Ryan.
Shout out to the Sunset Pool subscriber chat line, everybody in there. Thanks for being with us tonight. And we talked about in the Homeland Roofing pregame show last time we played a game on this field. It was a 18-13 final. I said we were probably going to have 18-13 quarters and quarters in this game, and here we are 14-14, and it's not even over. It's 2 minutes to go, which is more than enough time for the Ponder Lions.
No doubt, and they want to score here because they've got the wind.
Well, you can see it can be done into the wind. It's just not going to come as easy in the deep plays. So even that ball, we threw into the wind. The ball floated.
Yeah, hung up
there.
there.
And now don't get me wrong, it was down the field. It was good enough, and
Crew was
wide open. We actually went back and watched the replay during the commercial and saw the safety who might have been supposed to have been covering him was standing in the middle of the field looking around like, was that supposed to be me? But the dynamic on the offense will definitely have to change for the Ponder Lions. And here they are, trips
Keep
left.
these guys in front of us now.
Empty formation. They're going to go quick throw out to Nazar, and he's going to sidestep one tackler, two tacklers. He's going to get all the way across. Oh, Colin Lynch comes up and lays the hammer on him. A tackle for loss. All that running just to lose 2 yards.
The Lynch mob.
Golly.
That was a nice tackle. Man, Colin Lynch showing some speed in this game.
Yep, trips left. They're going to roll out that way. Clifton Cooper looking downfield to throw. He's pressured.
Stay
He's going to
on him,
duck
Puga.
it. Got to finish it, and he's going to escape, and he's going to get out. And he's going to
the
run into
referee.
the umpire, helping us playing some defense. What should have been an easy first down
Set a
is
pick
going to
on it.
result in a third and 1. Still all those yards, but the umpire brings down Clifton Cooper. Thanks, bud. and they're going to go quick, and Clifton Cooper's going to run this one, and the umpire's not going to bring him down. It's going to be 56 Leo Servin Jr., but not before he gets the first down.
Nope, no help from the umpire on that one.
No, and that's going to put the ball into Pilot Point Bearcat territory right across the goalkeeper pool 50-yard line at the Bearcat 48. Trips left again. Quick snap and straight drop back, and he's immediately pressured. He's not escaping this one. That's the third sack here in the first quarter by this Bearcat defense. But it's about stringing some of these plays together. Every time we've gotten Ponder behind the chains, they come up with an answer, a big play, whether it's a scramble, whether it's a post. Got to string a few of these tackle for losses together.
Yeah, and I talked about in the pregame, Ryan. We only had 3 sacks on the season.
4.
And we need to triple that now.
Yeah, we're going deep down the field.
They got a man open.
Aston in coverage. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful throw, better catch, and it goes all the way into the end zone. Aston Kirby got beat there. He was in decent position. The ball was overthrown just a tad, but I think Case Peacock, with the tips of his fingers, reels that one in, and then Aston knew he was in trouble, just tried to strip the ball there, and Peacock was able to carry him into the end zone.
I thought he was going to Cooper Reynolds, number 11, because he was even more open here on the closer to us on the sideline.
Well, Clifton Cooper's the real deal so far. We've seen this a few times throughout the season. The Nick Italian PAT is up and it is good. We've seen this a few times this season. Good quarterbacks have had that amount of space and not been able to capitalize. Clifton Cooper capitalized, and that gives Ponder a 21-14 lead with under a minute to go in the first quarter. We're going to get one commercial and come back.
How good would you be at something if you've done it for 150 years?
Hi everyone, Mom here. Corner Cafe is proud to support the 2022 Bearcat and Pilot Point. Featuring breakfast and lunch signature dishes and weekly specials, you can visit Corner Cafe 7 days a week from 7:30 to 2:30 to enjoy your favorites. Have a great season, guys, and we'll see you all soon at the corner. Go Cats!
55 seconds left in this Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant first quarter. Big play there by Ponder, which is this passing attack is for real. Let me go to my goalkeeper.
It is no joke.
Let me go to my goalkeeper pool stat sheet over here and give it a second to update. Working on the cloud. Nobody understands the cloud. But now I got an update. 100, the Bearcats. Bearcats can throw the football too. So far here in the first quarter, Ponder 131 yards through the air, 30 yards on the ground for 161 yards total offense. Bearcats have 100 yards through the air on their own, most of which came on an 85-yard touchdown pass. But they do have a 55 yards rushing, which once again, most of that came on a 51-yard rushing touchdown. So the story of this first quarter for the Bearcats offense has been the big play.
Yeah, it really has.
Because those 2 big plays have resulted in most of the yardage. This kickoff's going to be fielded at the 30. I think that was Josue Villarreal. And he's going to get stopped up at the 30 and driven back 5, 6, 7 yards. But they never bring him down. And the Bearcats going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30 to start this one.
Decent field position.
Clifton Cooper, who's completed 67% of his passes so far this year, is 7 of 10 with 131 yards and 2 touchdowns so far. And I believe he also has the rushing touchdown as well. 9 carries, 20 yards. Wyatt Smith so far, 3 of 4 for 98 yards. His one incompletion was the miscommunication to Crew for the interception. Yep. 2 catches, 96 yards for Crew Chandler. The 85-yard touchdown plus another catch.
I was just curious to see if these guys run plays faster than, remember the Castleberry game a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Ron, we were talking about how fast they run plays. I think Ponder's even faster on offense.
We're going to go Bearcats trips left with a running back that side, and they are going to run. Gage Anderson's going to make a first man miss and get up past the line of scrimmage for maybe just a couple yards on the carry.
At this point, with 35 seconds remaining, it's like, let's get this thing to the second quarter. Let's get the win. Let's get the win on our side.
I agree. Trips right. I really like when we run trips to one side with the running back on that side and roll out. It kind of narrows the field for the offense, but it kind of creates some confusion with everybody running that way. And that's exactly what they're going to do right here, looking down the field. And he's going to have a crossing route. Crew Chandler can't bring that one in. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 here. 14 seconds left.
Yeah, this is interesting, right? Because 3rd and 8, if you don't convert, you have an incomplete pass, and you're kicking into the wind again.
Yeah.
That's
why, I'm not – I like throwing the ball. This team has thrown the ball very efficiently this year, thrown the ball efficiently tonight. But I might have thought about that on that second down play. Hey, let's get another run here, try to get some yardage, and then come back with the wind on our side. I was
hopeful we get into that second quarter.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. With an incompletion here, we're still going to be kicking into it. Wyatt Smith. Snap, and it's going to be a straight drop back.
Got a little middle
screen.
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 Oh,
Puga
Puga
popcorn can't bring it in. Ball was just popping all around, man. Golly. Should have been a catch for a first down. Then it should have been intercepted. It could have been a lot of different things. Ultimately, falls harmless to the turf. But boy, oh boy, he's going to want that one back.
Yeah, he just couldn't slow his mind down enough just to wrangle that thing in. But it was there.
Yeah, so the Bearcats are going to cost themselves that, 8-9 seconds left on the clock right now, 8 seconds, and they're going to have to punt the win with Wyatt Smith here, ball at their own 33-yard line, 32, snap, and it's a high one, and the wind knocked it down right at the 50, takes a bad bounce.
Bad hop.
And
Wyatt covers it himself.
Yeah, and that ball goes out at the 44-yard line of the Bearcats. We're going to take a commercial and come back for the Ponder possession.
Are you looking to build that dream home or barn-dough? CS Designs offers a complete range of design services. CS Designs products range from general drawing services to commercial and residential blueprints, as well as 3D renderings and virtual reality walkthroughs. Let Cole Stewart and the CS Design team design you a beautiful progressive home or building that translates your ideas into an outstanding reality. Visit their website at csdesignstx.com or give them a call at 940-365-4048.
With 40 years' experience, DC David Construction LLC is a general contractor specializing in custom metal buildings, cement work, remodels, painting, and almost any other application you may need. DC David Construction LLC takes pride in the high level of professionalism, knowledge, and craftsmanship you will receive on every job they do, large or small. DC David Construction LLC is fully insured and always willing to give you a quote. Call DC David Construction LLC today at 940-390-8656.
And we're back here for the second quarter, brought to you by the Pilot Point Community Opera. We saw the wind take its a toll right there. That was a good punt, high in the air, good spiral that the wind totally just knocked down. So hopefully we can get some of that help against some of these Clifton Cooper passes. Not going to see him on a lot of these short, quick ones, but on some of the deeper ones may have an effect. And they're going to start this drive at the Bearcat 45 with trips left. Straight drop back, getting some pressure. He's going to step up, and he is going to run. And Gage Anderson's going to trip him up and come flying out of nowhere as Aziel Gonzalez taking him down. We got a
you like that when Big 5-0 makes a hit like that?
Yeah, I sure do. Flying from out of nowhere, bringing him down. So trips left here for the Lions again, running back that way, and they're going to roll that, throw a swing pass to that's Nazard. It's hard to say his name because it's got that random I. But Mitch Nazard lining up and running back there. They just to throw him a swing pass. And this is going to be a first down, ball at the 33-yard line of the Bearcats. Bearcat defense going to need to make a stop here. Ponder Lions are starting to tally up the points. Snap. Oh, another swing pass out to avoid the pressure. Colin Lynch comes up from the secondary and makes an excellent tackle. Anderson gets to add a lick at the end of it.
Colin Lynch is my player of the game so far, Ryan, for the Bearcats.
Big touchdown run, a couple big tackles, playing that deep safety position. Rolling out left. Gail Martin sheds a blocker. Strike thrown. Did he come down in bounds?
I think he did.
And the PA's announced complete there, and now they are marking it complete. That's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 19. That was a strike thrown on the rollout by Clifton Cooper. I believe that's number 22, Tad Tamplin, out there on that reception in the toe tap. Roll out into the trips, looking down the field, throwing it. Crew Chandler got his hands on it. He could have really turned the tide for the Bearcats there if he had brought that in for an interception, but ultimately incomplete on that first down.
Yeah, I like to see the coverage there by Crew. He kept a guy underneath him. That gave himself a chance on that ball.
That's definitely an old NCAA play, that inside receiver running a corner route to that front pylon. And Crew Chandler was there in good coverage.
You think they just copied the playbook?
I do. I really do.
It's effective.
We have a little wing back on this one. Snap. And it's going to be a quarterback run in right
like
to
a
that
delay.
wing back is. Yeah, a little delay. And the Bearcat, even though they got the ears pinned back for the pass rush, don't allow a whole lot there on the run, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 8.
Man, just like previous games, Ryan, I'm all for hitting Clifton Cooper as many times as possible and trying to wear him out by the end of this game.
I'm surprised his arm didn't fall off as many times as he throws the ball.
Man, he slings it around.
And he's going to straight drop back pass.
Three-man rush
here, and they're just timing's impeccable. I'm sure they're playing tons of 7-on-7. As soon as football season's out, I mean, I know this is known as a basketball school, but this seems to be the year of the basketball school for some of these football teams.
Yeah, White Smith was right there, and their receiver just plucked that thing right in front of him.
This is a quarterback run to the right side, spun Clifton Cooper around, but he's going to find the end zone for a Ponder Lion touchdown. And this Ponder Lion offense is powerful. 10:07 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera House. Ponder's looking to take a 14-point lead with this PAT attempt.
They're like California's moving to Texas, man. They move it. Good Lord. It's a U-Haul offense.
The hold, the kick is up, and you can see the wind affect that one too, but it went through. 10:07 left in the second quarter. Ponder 28, Pilot Point 14.
Established in 2004, Ernesto's Fine Mexican Food has continued preserving its original home-style cooking and hospitable touch. Ernesto's family has roots in Mexico as well as Texas ties. Relying on those roots, Ernesto created his unique menu. Offering a variety of Tex-Mex favorites as well as Mexican specialties, Ernesto's won't let you down. So join them for home cooking, or as they say, Comida Cesar, in family-style service. Located at 10279 Farm Market 455 East, Suite 100, or at the corner of 455 and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. They look forward to seeing you, and go Bearcats.
Do you need a maintenance check or emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit? Fowler Air is available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Fowler Air will work with you to find an HVAC solution that fits your needs by providing you with a full consultation, explaining all your available options so that you can choose the system that's right for your home or business. Give Fowler Air a call today at 817-487-2286 and schedule your service. That's Fowler Air, 817-487-2286.
Here we go. Ponder has it teed up. They're going to be kicking in the wind for the first time. And stopping play here for some reason. There's pointing at. There's a flag on the Bearcats.
What's going on?
What? This would be a good opportunity for the Kanos CrossFit sideline mic, which I don't think we're going to have tonight. But
illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution is going to back us up. Interesting.
I did not see it. It's kind of
Hello?
Hello? Phone
is ringing.
Phone is ringing. Is that Michael Crabtree?
Yeah, you got that was my reference there. This kick is high, floater caught at the 25. Josue Villarreal again is going to catch it and get up to about the 31-yard line where the Bearcats are going to take over for this possession. This is a big possession,
guys.
Yeah,
Bearcats need to answer the call. You know what I'm saying, Ryan?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I feel like I hear Chance down there. Man, I don't know if he can hear us. He gives me the thumbs up. So we got a Kanos CrossFit sideline mic.
He's trying to open up our one-ball line. We're gonna take some calls if we need to.
Yeah, 787.
Hey, I don't know if we got time. Maybe a little Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot. This game's going fast.
Snap. And it's going to be quarterback Reed Wyatt Smith's going to have some.
Let's go, Wyatt.
Chandler's got to make a block. He does. Jesse Rangel out there slowing a defender down.
Shadow
and
block.
Wyatt Smith's going to get an Irish Real take first down across the goalkeeper pool 50-yard line. Big run right there for Wyatt Smith on that zone read.
Doing his own Clifton Cooper right there.
Well, Bearcats get the quick first down. Their first opportunity going this direction with the wind at their back. Ponder's already up to 162 yards passing on the day, 217 yards of total offense.
Still want to know who was calling.
Snap. And that's going to be an RPO. Crew Chandler's going to catch the slant route. And it's going to be out across the 40 right about the line to gain, maybe just a bit short. That was one of those classic RPOs there where he pulled it out of the running back's gut and delivered a strike to Crew Chandler, who made a catch there with his hands. The defender was in good position.
Yeah, Crew had to wrestle the ball to himself there to make sure we retained possession.
Yep. We've got 9:44 and counting here in the second quarter, brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera House. The snap, straight drop back for Wyatt Smith. Steps up into a pocket, throws it deep. Has Aston Kirby. Aston Kirby runs underneath it. Throws a printing touchdown. on the West Heitzman Insurance Service big play, and that's going to be about 39 yards on that Pelsel Printing touchdown. Well, hey, we see your pass game, and we can pass too when the wind's on our back.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hey, Mississippi Mudflap answered the call on that.
Man, he's having himself some nights here. Last week had an explosive offensive week. Early in this one, runs under that one. Beautiful pocket, step up, delivered a beautiful throw, Wyatt Smith. And the next Italian PAT is good. So here we are, Pilot Point Feed Store scoreboard check. 9:12 left in the second quarter. Ponder 28, Pilot Point 21.
Since 1983, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency has been covering the insurance needs of Pilot Point. Regardless of what that need may be, they have you covered, offering homeowners, auto, life, farm and ranch, and commercial. Give them a call at 940-686-2692. That's Germania Insurance, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency, located just north of the town square at 211 Scott Lane in Pilot Point, Texas. Scott Walker Insurance Agency, always there to help.
Since 1958, Goki Pools has been a leader in family backyard living, specializing in new pool construction, repair, renovation, and weekly service, with a fully stocked retail store, exclusive Sundance Spa dealership, and now, complete outdoor living spaces. At Goki Pools, we are honored once again to have been voted Best of Denton. And with our highly trained personnel, we are large enough to help you with whatever swimming pool needs you may have, yet small enough to still be your hometown favorite. Goki Pools, locally owned and operated for over 60 years.
Elias Leos has it teed up at the 40 for the Southern Junkies kickoff. Bearcat defense is going to need to try to do something to disrupt what Clifton Cooper has going on the offensive side, because he is just operating extremely efficient for the Lions. Well, the wind helped Elias Leos get all the way that kick all the way to the end zone for the touchback. Look at the leg on that. Shout out to Sunset Pool subscriber chat. Lots of activity in there tonight. We appreciate all you guys. D. Mars, 54, Terry Slay, Caleb Marsh,
Rocky Marshall,
Logan Slay, the regulars. We appreciate having you with us on a Friday night.
Daniel Tilson, scrolling back up here, Ed Rodella, Kenneth Harmon. We appreciate y'all. We don't appreciate Terry Slay probably enough, or maybe too much. I don't know.
One or the other, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. This is I'm interested. I think this is where we'll have an opportunity. Got to stay good coverage, but if Clifton Cooper gives it a shot to try to sling one down the field, maybe that's where Aston Kirby can come across the top and take one away from him, because that's the difference right now. The Bearcat turnover is the difference in the score of this game.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and throwing into this wind, Ryan, like I said, if he can get one to hang up there and flutter a little bit, maybe we can get us an INT. A little pick six.
Absolutely. Pilot went up to 146 yards passing here so far in this one. So, we're doing our best to match the output from Ponder. Swing pass out to the weak side of the offense, which is a little bit of a wrinkle. The Bearcat defense is going to get there and, bottle it up, but having trouble tackling and bringing them down. Going to get the ball up to about the 30-yard line, which is going to be a five-yard gain there on that little swing pass. It should have resulted in nothing.
Yeah, good gang tackling, but he still moved the pile there.
Straight drop back, Clifton Cooper looking left. Has some time now. He's going to roll out right because he's being pressured. Can we get it? And he's going to just sling it up, throw it away, and it's going to be incomplete, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Who was he throwing to?
Yeah, but he's out of the pocket, and it's across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we
got talked into it.
Well, the flag come out, which will be huge for the Bearcats. I mean, I guess I'm unclear on the intentional grounding.
Hey,
rule.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's favorite assistant coach, I think's pretty clear on it, and I think he sold that for us. Look at him over there laughing.
Yep.
Well, I mean, maybe I wouldn't be the first time I was wrong on a rule, but I thought the intentional grounding, you break the pocket and throw it past the line of scrimmage, you're good.
I couldn't tell you.
But that one, he definitely did both of those, but we're going to get the advanced vet care penalty in our favor anyways. And, hey, this not such bad officiating this week.
Hey, we'll take it. Yeah, we've had an official make a tackle for us.
Yeah. We're going to get an uppercut granted timeout on the Ponder Lions, and we'll get one commercial and come back for the 3rd and long.
Hello, Pilot Point, Texas. This is Pastor Dwayne Edwards at Grace Point Nazarene Church right here in Pilot Point. I want to invite all of you to come out and join us this Sunday, 10 a.m., right at 611 East Liberty. You can also join us on Facebook Live. Just go to Grace Point Nazarene Church. We start right at 10 a.m. We have ministries for the entire family, and if you want to find out more about us, just simply go to gracepointnaz.net. Again, that's gracepointnaz.net. God bless you, and go Bearcats.
So I'm going to do a goalkeeper pool stat sheet check right here. Wyatt Smith has 146 yards on only 5 completions, 5 of 8, 2 touchdowns. On the ground, not a whole lot going on. Colin Lynch does have 49 yards on 2 carries, but he had a 51-yard touchdown. That's the you got Gage with 3 carries for 9 yards. Wyatt 2 carries, 18 yards. Aston 1 carry for 1 yard. Receiving though 2 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown for Aston. 3 catches for 105 from Crew Chandler, and that's the Bearcat stat line. Ponder, they've thrown the ball 17 times so far, 12 of 17 for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a little bit better than a season average. That's about 71% completion rating there for Clifton Cooper. And they're going to come out here, 3rd and 13. Line to gain would be the Ponder 35. And it's play action looking to pass and thrown into the wind. Oh, they had a little crossing route. And the Bearcats are going to run them out a bounce short of the first down. That is a deep, and not like the crossing, like the looping crossing. It's almost like a deep out with a deeper in.
Yeah.
That allowed some confusion by the secondary.
Late crossing action.
Yeah, but fourth and 3 here for Ponder. This would be a huge stop for the Bearcats if they could stop this one short of the line to gain.
And watch out for 2 and 10.
And it's going to be a rollout right. Oh, pressure up the middle. Can we get him down? And we do!
Ooh, yes,
that's a West Heitzman Insurance Service
huge.
big play by the Bearcat defense, forcing a turnover on downs.
Colin Lynch. Let's go.
Lynch, that may have been big number 50 might have been in on that as well. I have the opportunity of being on a little bit of a delay here, so I'm going to watch the replay and give credit where credit is due. Bearcat defense stands large. So that is 50 gets his hands around the feet of Clifton Cooper, and Colin Lynch doesn't let him reach out for the first down. So those two teamed up for the turnover on downs, and now Pilot Point offense has a chance to tie this game.
That was a massive stop.
Yeah. Under center, Wyatt Smith's going to take the drop back, and he's going to hand it to Anderson up the middle. Not a whole lot of running room. This Ponder defensive line has been pretty stout so far. Not a whole lot of pass rush, but they've been standing their ground on the run defense.
Yeah, absolutely, except for the big Colin Lynch run. Other than that, they've really held their own with that defensive line.
Pilot Point Feed Store scoreboard check, 7:40 and counting in the second quarter. Brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera House. Ponder 28, Pilot Point 21. Under center again, play action, drop back. Wyatt Smith has some time rolling out right, waiting, holding, and he's going to get rid of it late. And boy, man, if you're going to get rid of it late, get rid of it. Don't throw it anywhere close to the defender.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Ponder got their hands on that ball right off as it skipped off the turf. Flag come out. Looks like it's going to be a hold on the Bearcats. Yeah. So one thing you don't want to do when you're this offense is get behind the chains, but we have shown a little bit of explosivity tonight.
Yeah, we really need to take advantage of this field position and the wind that we have in this quarter. Ryan Little Corner Cafe.
They just called 2 holds.
2 holds.
Yeah, we were really holding.
Oh,
doubled up.
Double holding.
Yeah.
Okay. Corner Cafe scoreboard check. Ryan Whitesboro's up 20-6 now over Peaster with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Paradise is up 13-0 over Boyd at halftime. And then I know everybody's checking out that Gunner versus Bells. Gunner's up 17-7 at halftime over Bells.
See, that's the opposite of this game here. That game is going to fly by.
Yeah, they're going to keep the ball on the ground.
So the penalty yardage gets marked out all the way back to the Ponder line 45. The line to gain for the Bearcat first down will be the Ponder line 25. So it's going to be 2nd and 20. 2nd and 21. Shotgun formation. He has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, running back next to him. So he tied it in there on the weak side. Jet sweep motion.
Umbrella coverage.
Drop straight back to pass. He's going to try to step up, avoid some pressure. Look down the field. He has Crew
got
Chandler deep down there at the 5.
Oh.
Just a little bit overthrown there. Crew Chandler couldn't get his hands out there, and it's going to fall down to the turf. And
Ronnie loses the
is
helmet
that
again.
flag on the play, and one of our linemen has his helmet off. I'm hoping it's hands in the face. It's going to be my guess.
Automatic first down would be nice.
Yeah. Ponder's motioning
Ponder's
at
pointing
us.
towards us.
Well, I don't think that he might be right. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bearcats. Interesting.
Well, we're going the wrong direction here, right?
Oh boy, yeah. I'm hoping by the end of this we're able to punt past the first down marker. All right, so
Goodness.
So 2nd and 36 here for the Bearcats.
Huh. Don't see that very often.
Kano's CrossFit sideline mic calls a pass play here.
I'm gonna say they're gonna give us quite the cushion.
But as Marsh would say, I'm not a coach.
What's going on here?
More whistles.
Headline judge comes sprinting in right as the Bearcats are getting ready to get that snap off. Ponder didn't look quite ready.
Messing up our rhythm in this game.
Well, there seemed to be some confusion then. They're going to huddle. Since they're going to huddle, Rocky Marshall says refs' calls all look the same to him. We're having trouble seeing them too, and I think it's because I just realized we're used to being on the home side where they're looking at us making the calls.
Right.
So I'm like looking for the ref to address, like look at us, and I'm not seeing that we have his back to us. So that could be the difference in why they're all looking the same. It's a little harder to pick up on, as they're not actually facing us when they make the calls. Well, you're down 7. You make your first defensive stop of the game. You're going to have the ball in great field position, and, boy, you have shot yourself in the foot multiple times so far.
Yeah, the wheels have shot off on this drive so far, but, hey.
Okay, the reason so Ponder was throwing a fit because Ponder wanted to decline it,
Oh.
and I don't blame him. So
Okay.
it was, well, they've marked it way up further than it was. Wasn't it 2nd and 20?
I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, I'll take
15.
it. It's going to be 3rd and 15. I like it. Ponder, they've declined the penalty. You know what? It was because they just had it teed up at 2nd and 35.
35. Now we're 15.
And now we're at 15. That's 20 yards. That's not right. So they gave us 5 too many yards on the spot here.
The officials are struggling. Right, in this one so far. Oh, and then
Ryan gets to come back in the game because I don't know.
I don't know. He just put his helmet back on, though.
Yes,
struggling.
Their
their coach is pointing out that 5-yard difference. Look. Yeah, the Ponder line coach he's on top of it. That's Kyle Cooper, it looks like, over there, head coach of the Ponder Lions. He is not pleased.
At what point do we move on?
Don't huddle again.
Oh.
Don't huddle again. We're going to huddle again.
Oh, another huddle.
It's a good thing Nordy's not announcing because I know this is scary, but Kano's CrossFit sideline mic's getting surly again. Let's get moving. Start playing games.
Yeah, when you were out of town, every chance he got to stick it to Nordy, boy, he was giving it to him. Not every chance he got, but enough.
Right.
He's just joining on the fun. Yeah. That's what we like to do.
Hey, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. So somebody, Daniel Tilson,
longest half ever. You're right, Rocky.
Just brought up. I don't know if this is what he meant.
We'll
but
still be saying that.
The Ponder coach is out there in the referee huddle at times, like coaching the refs up. Kyle's worked his way out there a little. I want a little bit of our own representation out there instead of letting the Ponder coach get in their huddle and teach them some things. But goodness gracious.
I think you could argue that this helps us. I mean, I know one of our biggest complaints in the postgame show is the kids are out of shape and because they're playing so much both ways. I mean, here's a break in the middle of the second quarter. Yeah.
Yep, so they're going to get an explanation now. Now they seem to be on the same page. Whether it's going to be right or wrong, we'll wait to find out. But it should definitely be 3rd and 20, and they're marking it back now, so they recognize the fact. So we thought we were going to get away with a little bit of 5 free yards here to set up a little bit better of a 3rd down. Well, now they have the marker marked to 2nd down.
So
there we go, 3rd down. So this is ultimately after this long delay, this is what it should be, 3rd and 20.
Is that the Benny Hill music?
Jeez Louise. Oh, we could have schemed up a whole new offense in that time. Who knows what we're running out with? Old hook and ladder, Bumble Rooski, Ryan and get one coming around the end.
Everybody loves a.
And now they're sending Riley
off
the
again
field
because he didn't get the one play off.
Well, I mean, geez, it's you have to take one play off
Felt
for
like
10 minutes,
Yeah.
and the 10 minutes has passed, and that's not a real rule, but geez Louise.
Should be. Ponder's got 3 safeties.
Now there's
really
no
deep.
excuse not to be on the same page here if you're the Bearcat offense. And all right, now we're lined up. Play clock has plenty of time left on it, and we like our call here. Snap, and it's going to be that pass
underneath here.
Roll out right, going to give Wyatt some space, and he's going to throw
there
it.
Is.
Aston's going to catch, makes a sidestep, and he's going to bring it to a 4th and 8 or whatever, but it kind of puts you in a range where
manageable.
You can go for it if you'd like, and it's not crazy. It's going to be 4th and 9, though.
We're going to go for it.
You have the wind at your back, so the ball's at the 33, 43, 50. It's out of field goal range. So, yeah, I'd like to go for it here as well. 6:51 left and counting here in the second quarter, brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera.
That's Kirby up top over there.
Snap, and they're bringing some pressure. Snap, he's going to step underneath and look downfield. Crew Chandler brings it down on that 4th and 9.
Go.
Wes Heitzman Insurance Service, big play for another Pellsville Printing touchdown. We have big plays of our own. 34-yard touchdown from Wyatt Smith to Crew Chandler. Crew Chandler's having himself a night so far.
Yeah, we don't need a point bank red zone. We just pass right through that thing.
Yeah, that puts us, well, we got officials huddling.
Oh no.
Officials huddling.
Oh, Lord. That's not. Oh. Coach Peacock is not pleased.
That's on Ponder.
It's on them. Oh, I think it's going to be on both.
So, dead ball fouls on both sides, going to offset. But the important part is they were dead ball, so the touchdown's going to stand, and the Bearcats are an extra point away from tying this game up.
Yes, sir.
139 yards receiving here in the first half from Crew Chandler, and a couple touchdowns.
Chris has got that calculator working today.
I drove up here. You should see him the whole way, doing the multiplication tables, addition, subtraction.
Brushing up on his quick math.
I had to take a math test before I started going to work at Alco, back when Alco was still there. That's what Chris had, a couple copies of that, just writing them out.
Love to see it.
Yeah, he wore flip-flops for the game today to make sure he had his toes available to count.
Count the little piggies. Good job, Nordy.
6:36 left here in the second quarter, and this is a game, man. It's had its moments here where you thought, man, Ponder could have an opportunity to pull away here, but the Bearcats have found a way to fight and stay in it, and they're this next Italian PAT away from tying this one up.
Yeah, it was just huge that we punched that thing in the end zone there when we had the win and had field position and got a big stop on defense. So I'd love to see it.
The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It is high. It is through. So this game is tied. 6:36 left in the second quarter. Ponder Lions 28. Pilot Point Bearcats 28.
Homeland Roofing LLC has been serving the DFW area since 2014 and is a proud sponsor of Bearcats football. Homeland Roofing is a full-service contractor who specializes in storm restoration and provides end-to-end service for all insurance claims. If you've had storm damage, you've filed a claim, but have questions about that next step, we'd like a complimentary inspection. Call Homeland Roofing at 469-343-3536, 469-343-3536, or find us on Facebook, Homeland Roofing, Texas.
Russell Pelzel with Hometown Pharmacy has built a reputation on providing only excellent service and support to the Pilot Point community. You can depend on Hometown Pharmacy to deliver the best customer service along with a selection of quality healthcare products. When you use Hometown Pharmacy, you will work with a knowledgeable and understanding staff who will help you find the right products and solutions tailored to fit your lifestyle, as well as equipment that will integrate into your daily life. Contact Hometown Pharmacy at 940-686-0123.
And we're back here for this Southern Junkie kickoff. Elias Leos kicked it in the end zone the last time, and this is another good one. I don't know if, and it is going to land at the back of the end zone for another touchback. Look at him go.
One hop to goalpost there.
Goalkeeper stat sheet check, John. If I'd have told you that with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half of this game,
I wouldn't have believed
we would be out passing the Ponder Lions. I wouldn't have believed it either,
No.
but it's true. 191 yards through the air for Pilot Point so far to only 173 for Ponder. Wyatt Smith, 7 of 11 for 191. He's completing passes at 64% so far. He does have the interception on the miscommunication on the opening drive. Clifton Cooper, up to 72% completion, 13 of 18 for 173 and 2 touchdowns of his own. And here he comes bringing the Ponder Lion offense back on the field in a tie game. Drop back to pass, steps up into the pocket. There's a flag down on the
Gage is
field.
going to get called here for illegal. Oh, well, extracurricular.
And then they threw it. They threw the flag
good.
there on that extra push by
Good.
Nazard.
Yep, so it's going to offset there.
He threw the flag overhanded like it was like a baseball or something. Should have slung it like a Frisbee.
Little Frisbee golf. And
Hey, can you guys see that there's a flag and a hat down?
Yeah, that's what
that's what we're talking about.
Nice of you to listen to the show.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Kanos.
You're welcome. Y'all defending Nordy. I like that.
I was just going to say we had another huddle by the officials. We all love to see that. Seems like the first one this game.
Shout out to D. Mars, 54. Bet the Ponder coach wanted a do-over on all that delay. I bet he also wanted a do-over on that penalty decline because, we went through it on 4th down and 4th and 8, and we scored a touchdown on it. But if you take that penalty and we end up in a 4th and 15 at the 45, we may decide to punt.
Exactly.
So,
May not even go for it there.
Yeah, but the decision was made. Hindsight's 20/20. Bearcats touchdown, tie game.
Defensive holding on Gage, but I think unsportsmanlike on them.
Yeah, defensive holding, and they don't offset. And normally, I thought even if penalties are different yardage, they still offset. But they do have it marked back 5 yards. Going to set up a 1st and 15 from their own 20-yard line for the Ponder Lions.
I wouldn't exactly trust these guys to teach a officiating course, Ryan, but I'm with you on a lot of this.
Coach Travis Marsh down there doing his best to help him out.
Hey, he's doing a good job.
Wait a minute. Why are they moving the chains back? Oh, okay, I get it now. So the defensive holding's during the play, so they get the 10 yards for that. The dead ball flag is after the play, so then they move them back 15 yards. So it is right, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Yeah. Snap. Clifton Cooper drop back to pass, looking down the field. They're going to roll out left, keeping his eyes down the field, and he's going to sling one. And that may be the wind effect there because that ball was not as accurate as most of his others. But Colin Lynch and Aston Kirby also in great coverage there. Is that number 10 there?
That was
Peacock?
10. Yep.
Peacock on the attempt.
Yeah, he was the intended receiver, Peacock, Case Peacock. Yeah, it looked to me like he initially overthrew it, but the wind did knock that ball down. Bearcats rush 4.
Clifton Cooper's going to throw it out into the flat. Sorensen can't bring it in. Incomplete, going to be 3rd and 10. And the Bearcats kind of dodged a bullet there because Alex Puga, I think, forgot he was supposed to cover the running back on the swing out. So they've overloaded, on that play, they overloaded the full right side of the defense. Only person on the left side of the defense was the running back, and he ran a swing out, and Puga didn't run out there till late. But 3rd and 10, Cooper dropped back to pass. Pilot Point getting a pass rush deep down the seam.
Boys.
And 3 men there on Nazard, and Cooper forced it anyways, incomplete. And Ponder's going to have it 4th and 10 at their own 20, and they'll be real gutsy if they don't try to punt this one.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to punt, guys.
You don't think they're going to punt?
They're not punters?
No, sir.
Well, here we go. This could be another West Heights.
They're going to go with what they know.
West Heitzman Insurance, big play on deck here, hopefully for the Bearcat defense.
It's absolutely monumental.
Drop back Clifton Cooper. He's going to step up, and he's going to throw it out. And he has a man. It's short hop. Was it caught?
Did he catch it?
No!
No!
You can't show the confusion. You can't show it. The headline judge didn't want to make a call.
He is not sure.
Oh, no!
He was not certain about that call.
I don't know if he caught it or not, but you cannot show that hesitation. He did not want to make that call.
Looked like he was about to signal incomplete.
Oh,
Ponder's acting like there's instant replay or something. They go quick.
Yeah, here we go. Quick wide receiver screen out there. Flag comes out.
Wow.
I'd like to think this is going to be maybe a hold on the Ponder receiver. But the problem, I don't know if it was a catch or not, right? So I'm not commenting on whether it was a good call or not, catch or no catch.
There's just a lot of indecision.
He walked up to it, got all the way sitting there looking at the receiver on the ground and had his hands in his chest area, not knowing what he was going to call, hoping one of the other officials would bail him out. The referee and the back judge both looked at him and basically said, no, we're not going to bail you out on this.
Did you also see how he turned around to see where the first down marker was?
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of things before he made that call.
Wow.
First thing
CrossFit sideline mic checking in.
First thing you got to do is make the call.
Thank you, Kanos.
But a 10-yard holding penalty out there on the Ponder receiver, backing him up again. And here we are, all this action still at their own 20. Snaps high off Cooper's hands. He's going to recover, and now he's looking to throw the ball. And he has Nazard crossing there, and now he can't tackle him.
Wow.
Gage Anderson's hopefully he can trip him up, and he can't, and he explodes for an 80-yard Ponder Lion touchdown. And, man, that's the young inexperience there of a sophomore corner. The snap was high. It was fumbled. It got behind him. Gage Anderson takes his eyes off of his man, and then by the time Cooper recovers and has his eyes downfield, it's too late to recover if you're the corner. Your man is gone. Had a couple opportunities to make tackles, had an opportunity to push him out, and we couldn't. And after all of this mess, Ponder gets an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it's one of those rare deals where the messed up snap the timing actually helped the offense.
5:32 left in the second quarter. Ponder takes a 7-point lead, 35-28.
Independent Financial offers big bank benefits with a hometown feel. Their personalized financial solutions can help turn life's challenges into new opportunities. Independent's business banking is powered for growth, and they support innovation and new ideas. Independent Bank's digital convenience allows you to bank how, when, and where you want. Independent Financial is the premier regional bank with 90-plus locations across Texas and Colorado. Independent Financial. Visit them at ifinancial.com. Independent Financial is a trademark of Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hi, I'm Chance Kirby with IRIC Real Estate Group. When it's time for you to buy or sell a home, I would like for you to consider IRIC Real Estate Group as your brokerage. Our experienced agents are all from the Pilot Point area and are best equipped to serve your real estate needs. Be it residential, commercial, or ranch properties, we have an experienced agent that is willing to help you. We've been Pilot Point's real estate choice for over 70 years. We would love the opportunity to be yours too.
And we're back here. I want to go down to the Kanos CrossFit sideline, Mike. Chance, did you see some potential penalties down there that may not have got called?
I don't know what I'm seeing. This has a weird feel of the DeKalb game.
Yeah.
Where the refs are really, really involved in the game. And I wanted to also ask, since you went down to me, you smell an onside kick here? Or is it just me?
Boy,
against the wind?
Got to be ready for it.
Yeah, seriously.
Can't rule it out.
And we'll get the answer right here. No, it is going to be caught at the 30 with a chance to return. Made an adjustment. We put Aston there, and Aston's going to get out and at the 40. Bearcats going to have the ball here with about 5:25 left in the second quarter, exactly 5:25 left in the second quarter. While we were at break, I took my headphones off just in time to hear Ponder announce that's Nazard's 12th receiving touchdown of the year, which is a short history of the Ponder Lions. It is a school record for most touchdowns in a half. And we have a new subscriber down here announcing their presence in the chat line, and it is young Maggie telling John
Maggie.
Is her favorite uncle.
Yes, by far. Maggie, good job. Jonta Claus is going to be good to you this Christmas.
First attempt at their own 40. The snap is bad, and Wyatt Smith does the smart thing and just jumps at it, so that's going to be negative 11 yards. And here we go. This has, Chance brought up DeKalb. I'm going to just bring up last week. You're down 2 scores. You dig out of that hole. You take the lead, or in this instance, to come all the way back and tie it up. You have the momentum, and then, a couple things don't go your way when you have the opportunity to make them, and next thing you know, you find yourself behind and struggling.
It's getting rhythm here, boys.
That's a quick out, and Aston Kirby's going to try to make some men miss. He's going to drag a pile of Lions up to about the 37-yard line. Going to set up a Third and looks to be about 13. Goalkeeper pull stat sheet check. I want to get a number for Nazard. 7 catches, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far today. And he's not the leading receiver in this game. Crew Chandler, 4 catches for 139 and 2 touchdowns of his own. This is what we thought it was. Going to be a lot of passing. More big plays than I necessarily thought. But
yeah, for sure.
Lots of passing on both sides, and Wyatt Smith's going to drop straight back. And I love when he gets to step up into a clean pocket deep. That was going to overthrown for Crew Chandler, that's an interesting setup there. Crew Chandler has 2 Lions running with him on that deep crossing route, maybe a deep post. But they're both kind of behind him. So if that ball is thrown flatter, more to his chest, there's no defender there to defend the pass.
Yeah, and that's the case where the wind behind you may have aided the overthrow by Wyatt.
So 4th and 13 is going to force a Bearcat punt, and we talked about how long this one might last with all these pass attempts falling incomplete. Ponder Lions going at lightning speed. We still have well over 4 minutes to go in this game. This punt's a good one with the wind. Last one got knocked down. It's going to bounce to the 15, fielded at the 2 by Nazard.
Return it.
And we're going to try to bottle him up. He's going to get the sideline. And Aston Kirby's going to drag him down by the jersey. Glad there's not going to be a horse collar on that because that was dragged down by the jersey. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Ponder Lions at their own 23-yard line when we come back from one commercial.
Hi folks, this is Judd Kirby, your local mortgage guy. Are you looking for a local mortgage lender that will treat you like family and help guide you through the home buying process? Whether you're looking to get pre-approved for a home loan or refinance your current mortgage, I am here to help you. I am locally located and truly care about the communities I serve. Give me a call today to get started at 940-600-2398. That's 940-600-2398. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, Judd your guy.
Ponder Lions have the ball here, starting their drive here with under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Cooper looking to throw, looks to his left, has a man on the short curl, and immediately tackled. Excellent tackle there out there by Crew Chandler.
And we're still going with the stand up and rush. Got some pressure there.
Got to him there. Going to be a sack, so the 2nd and 7 is going to turn into a 3rd and long.
Looked like that was Kel Martin with the sack there, Ron.
Kel Martin along with Manny Segundo.
Manny Segundo, he's playing good up front. There, I'm watching Manny, and it's taking 3 guys to block him.
And I'm looking right through again. Puga had a chance. Segundo has a chance. And we're going to bring him down again. Wow. That's going to be 5. Ball's on the ground. Is that Colin Lynch? That's a Bearcat recovery on the fumble.
Let's go.
West Heitzman Insurance Service, big play. Colin Lynch, number 3 on the recovery. And the Bearcats, they got all the way back in this game, and then you felt the momentum slipping away. Last time they got the ball this deep in Ponder Lion territory, they kind of butchered it with some penalties and all that. So down 7 here with 3:04 left in the second quarter. Brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera. Bearcats going to have the ball 1st and 10 at the Ponder Lion 19.
Now, one thing about running 50-plus pass plays, Ryan, you got to block. You got to pass block for 50-plus pass plays. It's not easy.
It's a frightening verbal fumble there.
It was.
29.
My bad. There's a dump button here at Chaints.
Under center here, I right formation. A little bit of motion from Alex Puga. And it is going to be a handoff. That looks to be Anderson. Steps up down to about the 14-yard line. 16-yard line.
Brought down by number 9, Tucker Thompson. Falls at the 14-yard line. Gave 2 on the play.
We're going to need to take every opportunity to score that we can. Keep up with these Ponder Lions.
Receiver way out right, and it is going to be a quarterback read. Wyatt Smith up the middle, and he's going to get down to about the 13-yard line. I thought he had more room to run than that. I didn't see that gray jersey there.
Yeah, when he initially pulled that, looked like he had
plenty. See it parted, man.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was going to be the 5-yard line before you even had a chance to be contacted. So 3rd and 4 here from about the 12-yard line. Under center. Pitch out. Anderson's going to take the pitch. and he's going to try to get he's going to get about the 11-yard line. That's going to be right about the line again. I don't think it's enough for a first down, so it is going to be 4th and short. And, man, I think it's going to take touchdowns, not field goals, to win this game. You have the wind at your back, so this would be the direction you would kick it in.
Certainly looks like we're going for it.
I agree with the call. Under center, it looks like we're about to get a little push here. Snap.
Ooh, not much of a push, but got to get
second effort. Second effort off to the left side. You're absolutely right. The initial forward push was stood up, but falling off to the left side of it was quarterback Wyatt Smith. He's going to get enough for the Irish Real Estate Group first down.
One thing I've noticed, Ryan, is these officials are not quick to blow the whistle.
Well, that led to that fumble. You know, I thought.
Yeah, you thought he was.
I thought Clifton Cooper was sacked.
Yeah, I did
and
too.
the next thing I know, the ball is on the ground and the Bearcats are on it. They're going to
ask for a measurement.
Measure this. Interesting.
The rare asking for a measurement.
Are we surprised coming from this group?
Not at all.
Well, they're huddling, so.
They're good at that.
The guys even running the change are like, wait a minute, what? We don't do this.
Man, I don't trust this at all.
Did that learn? No, I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah. That was a joke. I don't know how we didn't get that first down. Wow.
I am
so they
pretty surprised as well. I mean, they're marking the ball inside the 10-yard line. I thought the yard line to gain was the 10. The ball is clearly marked inside the 10. Well, once again, the Bearcats get the ball deep in Ponderline territory with a chance to tie the game and cannot take advantage.
Come on, defense, got to make another stand here.
Rare run, Nazard in the backfield, and
he's got some room.
And the Bearcats are going to have to. Look at
come on, Gage.
Gage
is turning it on.
But blows a tire.
Yeah, he didn't blow a tire.
Wyatt Smith's going to
bring him
slow
down.
him. Oh, Wyatt Smith
got the ball.
Wyatt Smith took the ball from him at the 15.
What a play, Wyatt.
Goodness gracious, he just ripped it right out. Wow. I haven't seen that happen.
Smart.
In 2008, Austin Balderas did the same thing to Chad Tucker in a playoff game. Just straight took the ball away from him, and that's what he did right there for the turnover.
Yeah, Nazard really trying to do too much there. He tried to spin, looked like twice at the end of that run, and did not work out well for him at the end.
So, man, the Ponder Lions thought, hey, big first play outside of the turnover on downs. They get a big play. That went from their own 10 down to the Bearcat 14-yard line where Wyatt Smith doesn't even tackle the guy, just straight takes the ball out of his hands. And the Bearcats once again have the ball with a chance to go down and tie this game before halftime, but they're going to have to do it in a hurry. Only 1:17 left in the half. And coming out after that, first play of the possession, have to get an uppercut granted timeout. We're going to get one commercial and come back for the half.
For nearly 50 years, Mark's Body Shop has been providing auto body repair services to the North Texas area. We offer hail dent and auto collision repair, as well as other auto body services right here in Pilot Point. You can count on Mark's Body Shop certified technicians to provide complete collision repairs that will make your vehicle look like new. If you ever need auto body service, well, come see us at 1112 North Highway 377 in Pilot Point, or call us at 940-686-5194 for your free same-day quote. Go Bearcats!
I feel like a lot has happened in this game so far. You have a 35-28 game, turnovers, stops on, turnover on downs, interceptions, fumbles, balls stripped right out of guys' hands. Normally, I look at the clock when we get ready to start the second half. We're normally starting the second half of most of our games at 9 p.m. It is 8:56 here, and we are still in the first half. And the Bearcats going to have it 1st and 10. Trips right. It's going to straight drop back. He's going to scramble out to the right, looking down the field. And he has Puga, who's immediately tackled. That's not a catch. Okay, good call by the referee there. The referee thought about it for a second and made the right call. Incomplete. It didn't make a football move. I don't think he even had 2 steps in. The referee, I think, gave it proper thought and ruled correctly.
Yeah. Low T Terry always calls for less chance. I'm calling for less officials. The rest of the way. Less official huddling, at least, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You guys don't need to huddle again.
Every time they huddle, it seems like you get something wrong.
So the Bearcats chose to receive the ball to start this game, so Ponder will get it coming out in the second half. So this drive is big for the Bearcats. Wyatt Smith has some time, making some more time. A flag comes out. Now you got to get rid of it, Wyatt. And he does. Jesse Wrangle's in the area. He was out of the tackle box, past the line of scrimmage, and Jesse was in the area.
Looks like we're going to have a hold.
Advanced vet care penalty on the Bearcats, probably going to be a hold. And at this point now, you want the points, but as you continue to back up, you're this far from the end zone. We've had some big playability today, but I may try to get us into halftime here.
Holding against the Bearcats.
I don't think, how many timeouts does Ponder have? I'm not sure we can get to halftime.
I think they might have taken one timeout so far, so I think they have 2 left, just like the Bearcats should have 2 left. Goalkeeper stat sheet check. Wyatt Smith 8 of 14 for 198 and 3 touchdowns here in the first half. Leading rusher is going to be Colin Lynch, 2 carries for 49 yards, and your leading receivers, Crew Chandler, 4 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Shout out to Aston, who has 59 yards and a touchdown of his own. 402 yards of offense for Ponder in this half.
That is a lot of yards.
Yep, Bearcats only down 7. Take the snap, and it is going to be a run. Anderson's going to sidestep one man, get out about the 14-yard line before he's tackled, and that's going to set up a third down. Let's see if what Ponder wants to do.
3rd and 10.
No timeouts from either side here, which is going to benefit the Bearcats here.
Now
Now we get a timeout, and it looks like it's coming from the Ponder sideline for that uppercut granted timeout.
43 seconds left.
If you're looking for a true family atmosphere to work on your physical fitness, Kanos Community CrossFit is the place. This veteran-owned business features a staff that is certified in personal training, Olympic lifting, as well as Level 2 CrossFit certified. Classes are available as early as 5 a.m. and as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays, Saturday mornings as well. One-on-one personal training is available upon request. You can find them on Facebook at Kanos Community CrossFit. Reach out via phone at 940-305-9976. Kanos Community CrossFit is the place to go.
And we're back here, setting up for the 3rd and 10 at our own 15-yard line. Ponder used what we believe to be their second uppercut granted timeout, which would mean the Bearcats run the ball here. Ponder uses their last, or we attempt to pass. Chance, can we get a mute down there from the Kansas CrossFit? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, sir. 3rd and 10 here from the Bearcats. 2 receivers left, 1 right. And it's going to be snaps wide right. We're going to roll out the other way, throw a comeback, and can Crew get his hands underneath it? He cannot.
Nope.
It's going to result in 4th and 10 and let Ponder keep their timeout.
Yep, 37 seconds remaining in the half, and we're going to give the ball back to Ponder here on the punt. Ponder's got Nazard back to return this thing. He's dangerous, as we've seen.
Wyatt takes a snap, and he punts, and it is a good one. This one's going to bounce at the Ponder 40 and be fielded by Nazard. No, he muffs it at the 30, but he's going to have a chance to return it here. He's going to get it midfield, and he's going to try to get the Ponder sideline. Cooper Martin couldn't bring him down, but Alex Puga finishes the job. And Nazard may have
does not look well.
Because Nazard, he went down. I didn't feel like he was tackled. Puga was in the area.
Yeah, Puga got a hand on him on the way by.
He's down. We're going to go to a commercial and come back. Hopefully he's okay.
Enjoy that old-time country feel at the Martin General Store, located in downtown Pilot Point on the historic Pilot Point Square. The best way to describe the general store is it has a little bit of everything, from Circle-y candles to specialty jams, dressings, sauces, home decor, kitchen decor, goat's milk soap, jewelry, a large assortment of old-time candy, nostalgic toys and books, pet toys and treats, greeting cards, and gift wrap. She also serves cold drinks, and last but not least, Beth Marie's ice cream. That's Martin General Store, a little bit of everything.
Nazard receives a little help to get to the sideline, but an excellent return there. He's had an excellent half, excellent first 6 games of the 5.5 games of the season so far for him.
Doubt.
So, hopefully he's okay for the long term. I'm not necessarily, wouldn't be necessarily too disappointed if he didn't make it back in the second half.
But I'm okay with that.
But I wouldn't want to see him lose the rest of his season.
Give him the rest of the night off. It's homecoming.
Yeah.
He's probably got a date.
Senior having an excellent year. And there must have been a penalty marked down on the Lions because it's coming all the way back to the Lion 43-yard line.
Advanced vet care penalty. That's shocking. Haven't had many of those tonight.
Well, here we are, 23 seconds left. Ponder getting the ball. Their most explosive playmaker is not on the field, but they have plenty of playmakers, that's for sure. Snap, straight drop back for Cooper. We've been getting him pressured, and he felt it there, but he got rid of it. Kale Martin's going to push it out just at the goalkeeper 50-yard line. And getting out of bounds. And I was about to say Ponder didn't have to go in a hurry. He got out of bounds, but they go in a hurry. It's what they do.
We need a big Ryan
So
sack.
18 seconds
right
left. One timeout left for Ponder. Ball right at the goalkeeper 50. Cooper's going to take the snap, roll left. Defense stretching that way. And he slings one. He was cross the line of scrimmage when he threw it. Both referees recognized it and threw flags. I thought he was across the line. And when both line judges threw the flag, pretty clear indication. That was a good play there. Caught about at the Bearcat 30, so that's going to save the Bearcat 20 yards on that.
They're not shy about throwing flags.
And back Ponder up a little bit. More huddling. This one seemed pretty cut and dry, right?
Well, I'm always worried about once they huddle.
Yeah, the longer they huddle.
Change their mind every time.
That's exactly right. So 10 seconds left. That is going to be a loss of down, and it's going to back the Lions up. And if the clock was going to run at the ready for play, so it looks like Ponder has just now used their last uppercut granite timeout. So Bearcat defense is going to hopefully make one or two more tackles here and get out of this half. But this Ponder Lion offense is explosive, and they've shown that even being backed up, Clifton Cooper can improvise and make things happen. And let's do a Corner Cafe district score report.
Yeah, Ryan, Paradise is up 20-6 over Boyd. 9 minutes left in the third quarter in that one. Whitesboro's up 27-6 at halftime over the Peachtree Greyhounds. And again, it's still 17-7 in that Gunner Tiger game over the Bells Panthers. Shout out to my old quarterback, Chad Cole. Looks like they're going to stay undefeated. They're Frisco Reedy Lions won 55-29. So
they play tonight or they play last night? Must have played last night.
Did they play last night?
Yeah,
you're right.
I feel real bad if we're not even at halftime and those games are over.
Good point. Yeah, they did play last night, and Chad Cole's got the Reedy Lions undefeated.
So Ponder's got the ball at their own 45, 55 yards away from the end zone. 10 seconds left in the second quarter, brought to you by Pilot Point Community Opera. We don't believe they have timeout show on the scoreboard here, and they show 0 remaining. So they're going to have to score without the help of timeouts. They have trips right. Bearcats are only going to rush 3.
Don't let anybody get behind you, boys.
And they throw a deep out, and it's going to be pushed out at the 40. And so that's going to move it up 40 to the Bearcat. They're going to push him out at the Bearcat 42. And he gets out of bounds. But with only 5 seconds left, I imagine this upcoming play will be the last play.
I don't know. I don't put it past Ponder to get 2 plays out of this 5 seconds, right?
8 men deep for the Bearcats. 1 layer at the 30, another layer at the 20. And the Bearcats trying to get some pressure, and they do make Clifton Cooper dance. And he's going to sling one deep towards the end zone. And we have, I thought Aston Kirby was going to come underneath this to intercept it, but he didn't. Great defense there, good prevent defense. And we're going to get to the half here in Ponder with Ponder up 35-28 over the Bearcats in a hard-fought first half. We'll come back on the other side of halftime with another goalkeeper stat sheet check and the second half.
Pilot Point Bearcats, this is Chris Todd, one of the pastors at Midway Church on 377, located between Pilot Point and Aubrey. And I just wanted to invite you and your family to come join us at Midway, where you can expect to be welcomed, be encouraged, and to be loved. We meet every Sunday at 9:30 or 11 a.m. and have special services for your kids Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. We exist to help people live fully for God. And if you want to find out more info on what we're all about, you can always visit midwaychurch.org. Go Bearcats!
This is the Pilot Point Bearcat pregame show. Brought to you by Homeland Roofing on PilotPointBearcats.com. And now, here's your host, Ryan Menard, with John Little and Chris Nordman.
Happy Friday! We're the Bearcat pregame show brought to you by Homeland Roofing on PilotPointBearcats.com. The Bearcats will take the show on the road this week to Ponder, still looking for their first district win of the season. Last night at Massey Stadium was fun. It was a heck of a game on both sides, or from both sides. Pilot Point took a lead in the fourth quarter but couldn't bring it home. Loss aside, the atmosphere at Massey Stadium Friday night was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was, Ron. I know you mentioned it on the broadcast as well. We both mentioned it. You could just feel the excitement in the air Friday night, and the weather was great, and it finally felt like football weather. And I think a lot of our friends from Tioga were there because Tioga had a bye, so stands were real full. There was an excitement in the air, buzz in the air, and both teams put on a great back and forth game for us Friday night.
Yeah, another thing we mentioned on the broadcast where the winner of the game last Friday night between Paradise and Pilot Point really put that team in a driver's seat for third place in the district for the playoffs. But with us coming out on the wrong side of that matchup, we basically said that outside of the Brock game, the playoffs start now for the Bearcats. These next three games can go a long way to seal our fate, whether this team makes the playoffs and this team doesn't. And feeling this, all these three teams are going to feel the same, really. Particularly Ponder, who got off to a huge start this year, and Peaster, who was expected to make some noise after making the playoffs last year. So those Pilot Point, Peaster, and Ponder are really all feeling the same way in the same position, that those three games against each other, or the two games against each one of those teams, and then the Boyd game, all three of those teams got to feel like they got to win every one of those.
Yeah, you can't slip up going forward. I think you mentioned Boyd at the end there. Boyd looks pretty good this year as well. So they're all in the mix for that fourth playoff spot.
I was going to say we're definitely going to have to go 3-0 the next 3 weeks. I mean, we got Brock last week, but the last week of the season, but the next 3 games are going to be very vital for us to come out with wins on those.
I agree with you, Nordy.
Well, if we want to walk out with those 3 games with 3 wins, we need to kind of turn our attention. It's been the smaller things that have cost the Bearcats a couple of games this season. Penalties late in the game, special teams mishaps, 1 or 2 missed assignments late in the game, and we getting behind the chain on offense. We talked when you lack explosiveness, you can't afford these little mistakes. What do y'all think the root causes are, and what, if anything, can be done at this point to try to root some of those out to save the season?
Yeah, for me, Ron, I think the biggest issue has just been the lack of roster depth leading to fatigue in our kids. The kids we got, they've been playing their tails off, so I don't fault them at all. And the coaches have been getting the most out of the numbers that we have, so it's difficult to point the finger at anyone. But I just think that, from the coaching perspective, we saw improvement. We keep seeing improvement every week. For example, that offensive line discipline against Paradise. Obviously, Paradise did their homework and saw that Whitesboro was able to bait us into a couple of false starts and in key moments. And so Paradise was doing that late defensive line shifts and jumping jacks and everything else, and credit our kids and our coaches for coaching that up, and our kids held their water and learned from the previous mistakes. And I just think that the attitude and the effort level seems to be there. It's just when you're only suiting up 20 to 25 kids every Friday night, and they're all going to be gassed, especially late in the second half of these ball games, because they're all having to play both ways and on every special team. And I think it's been an issue even going back to the scrimmages. You saw, I think our teams kind of fell apart late in the scrimmages, and the majority of these guys, like I said, are playing both ways. And I have a little bit of experience in that. My senior year was myself and Paul Dennis. We were the only two kind of iron men that played both ways and on every special team. And I remember the first 4 or 5 games, man, at the end of every game, my body was failing me, and I was cramping up in the fourth quarter of those games. But we were deep enough where we had, one guy start at every other position and then rotate in whenever we needed. And we were typically suiting out like 35 guys. Heck, that was a million years ago when I graduated in 1994. So for us to only suit up 20 to 25 guys is been an issue. And I think that physical fatigue has led to mental fatigue late in games as well.
I totally agree. And that was, I think, where it showed its biggest, where it reared its head the most was this Friday night. I'd say from what I can tell, not a whole lot of major missed assignments so far this year, especially from the Bearcats secondary. And then wouldn't you know it, if in the biggest moment of the game, late in the fourth quarter, there's a big mental mishap from the Bearcats secondary that allowed Paradise to get a big play touchdown. So I know, Chris, you and I have talked about it a lot off air the last couple of days. What are your thoughts on it?
So my thoughts are kind of really focusing on special teams. I kind of had a funny thought earlier today. Bijan Robinson from Texas was known a couple weeks ago after having a fumble late in the game against Tech to be carrying the rock around all week at campus. Going back to a movie called The Program from 1993 where one of the athletes had some fumbling issues, carried this ball around class all the time. And there's a scene in there where he's sitting at the top of knocks the ball, and it just goes rolling down the stairs. And there's just a dog pile and balls bouncing everywhere. At this point, maybe one of our coaches needs to go toss a ball into the middle of the classroom one day, and let's see if somebody from the football team can jump on it, because we're having some issues with these little onside kicks right now. And I know it's kind of funny, but it's not funny when you have special team issues.
And maybe every day during the week, a little bit during practice, if I don't know what their schedule's like, we would have morning walkthroughs and afternoon practices. Get them out there for the walkthroughs and special team practice on Thursday. And man, I'm lining the kickoff return team up out there, and I'm kicking it. I'm putting linemen to kick it. I want those guys to see every type of kick, whether it's good kicks, bad kicks, whatever. And I just want to see anybody and everybody want the ball on that kickoff return. I think that was one of the issues this last week with the surprise onside is there was a Bearcat there in position, but as he saw the front line from Paradise coming in, kind of took a step back, didn't really go attack the ball because I don't think he knew if he was supposed to attack it or not. If I'm telling all 11 men, if that ball is anywhere near you, go get it. Because we can't have the ball fumbling around the ground or uncertainty, because it's got us. I mean, we've probably had at least 3 games, maybe more this year, where we have the kickoff return team out there and the other team ends up with the ball and it's not even a fumble that caused it. It's just not covering the kick.
Those little things could definitely change the momentum of a game, and we kind of seen that happen Friday night.
That was massive. We're going to get to district results and records. Paradise beat Pilot Point Friday night 4. Whitesboro put a shellacking on Boyd 43-8. That was last week's matchups. All eyes the rest of the way for us are going to be on these matchups, such as Paradise and Boyd, Paradise and Peaster, and Ponder and Peaster. That's where the eyes are going to be every week. It's not really the Whitesboro games. It's not really the Brock game, because they're going to finish 1-2 in the district. It's all the other matchups. See if there can get any upsets. Like if Boyd could give Paradise their first loss of the season this week, it really could make things interesting and really throw Boyd into the mix. And I'm not sure if Boyd's going to be able to get into the mix without a big upset. But we'll let Professor Diggs talk more about our district and the ifs and buts and all that sort of good stuff. We're going to get into Ponder. So I'll tell you all you need to know about Ponder right here. Offense. Ponder's averaging 51.6 points a game. Quarterback Clifton. I thought this was a mistake because Max Preps is self-recording. Like people go in there from the schools and put the information. I thought it had to be a mistake. I used Twitter for the first time. I know y'all use, well, not the first time, but I used Twitter for the first time to go research some of these opponents. I know that's normally what you two do. But when I saw the numbers on Max Preps, I didn't believe them. So I went to Twitter and actually found quarterback Clifton Cooper's Twitter page and verified some of these statistics. Clifton Cooper is slinging it. He's completing 67.4% of his passes, and he's throwing for 470 yards.
Xbox numbers.
Holy smokes, that is a lot. I mean, it's insane. He's throwing the ball 48 times a game. Crazy numbers. This Ponder team is so confusing. If you remember back a couple seasons ago, they ran the play clock down to 1 second every time. They ran like a service academy style offense, the old wishbone or wing tee, and drained the clock. Last year they moved to a more traditional spread. They still ran the ball. They threw the ball. Now they're full on air raid, man. Texas Tech going all over the place there. 470 yards per game, 26 passing touchdowns. He has another 4 on the ground, so 30 touchdowns through 5 games for Clifton Cooper. He'll throw an interception, though. He has 6 interceptions through 5 games. I believe John said they had 4 turnovers against Paradise, though, so maybe most of them come in that game, maybe. He's got some weapons as well, 3 excellent wide receivers that are all averaging over 130 yards per game receiving. You got the leader, Nazard, 171 yards per game and 10 touchdowns. Whitewood, 141 yards per game and 2 touchdowns. He's only played 3 of the 5 games. And they have a peacock of their own, 133 yards per game receiving and 9 touchdowns of his own. But when I started with offense, I purposely left out defense. While Ponder is scoring 51.5 points a game, they're allowing 49.5 points a game. They have been in some shootouts. They've been in 70-57, 64-54, 56-51, and 70-57. They won 3 of those shootouts right there. But with this Bearcat passing game coming alive, we could be in for the greatest show on turf Friday night in Ponder. Nordy, what do you think?
I'm hoping for a great game, but keeping track of stats, I'm not looking forward to that because this is going to go pretty fast, and I got to add and do all this bunch of number putting in, and I might be struggling Friday night.
You heard it here first. Nordy's afraid of adding.
Get your calculator ready, Nordy.
Pilot Point education right there, going to come out the finest.
Well, John, what do you got on Ponder here?
Yeah, Ryan's. I agree. It could easily be the first team to put up the 50 burger wins this game, and so my old teammate Caleb Marsh will be happy with that. And it should be, of course, another exciting offensive game on paper for sure, even more so than that Paradise game. And Coach Bo Blake Burris's Bearcat defense is going to need to put some constant pressure on that quarterback. They're going to have to play sound coverage in the secondary and hopefully force a few turnovers like that key Wyatt Smith INT last week that really gave our Bearcats some good momentum in the second half. But like you mentioned, Paradise forced 4 turnovers against this Ponder team and held them to their lowest output of the year. I think it was 14 points. Other than that, they're putting up 50, 60 a game, and they're throwing the ball around. So it's going to be an exciting matchup.
Nordy was so rattled by the thought of all the addition he was going to have to do, he forgot to make his Ponder points. So go ahead, Nordy.
And I've been nervous about this all week, guys. I've been practicing, doing my little tab and enter, and just watching some football. I got the Colts and Broncos game on right now. It's not a great game. There's not a lot of offense. I'm not helping me, but yeah. So, but Ponder, man, I've been a big fan of them. Just watching some of the numbers so far this year, what they keep putting up. I remember the very first week when I think they put up 70. We were talking, or at half, I think that game they had like 50 points. And I was like, man, how do you stumble into that? And then the following week, putting up 64. It's like, man, they're doing something out there, and it's got to be hurtful to score that many points, but also allow that many points. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens out there. And we played Paradise pretty tough. I'm hoping maybe we can come out with a similar outcome that Paradise did against Ponder, and come out with a victory and kind of shut them down on offense and create some turnovers. Because our secondary is pretty stout, pretty good, I believe.
I believe in the secondary, and I've been saying it at every chance just because traditionally I know back when I played, our secondaries were pretty good, but a lot of the Bearcats that I have seen before I played and a lot of the Bearcat teams I had seen after I played, we did a pretty good job of containing and slowing down the run and sometimes completely shutting it down, but always seemed to struggle in the secondary in games that I had seen. I'm the most impressed with this secondary than I've been with any Bearcat secondary since 2009 when we had some lockdown corners and some really aggressive safeties. And this defense with the 3 high safety look, you're right, it's built to kind of slow down a pass game. But you know, if Ponder's going all gas, no brakes, we'll see who cracks first. Because Ponder, you know, same school as us, same size school as us. You know, they're going to have a limited roster, going to have kids going both ways. So we'll see how the second half, takes effect on some of these skill position guys. And I know the offensive side of the ball will be just fine up front in the line game because there's nothing. It's like almost like when you're a good pass protector, pass protection's almost like taking a play off. But reverse the side of the ball. Pass rushing is extremely taxing, so you're gonna have to cycle in a lot of different guys on both sides of the ball to try to get after passers, and so we're gonna just see the depth of both of these teams, and that something that makes us nervous with what we have seen so far with some of the Bearcat depth and some of these close fourth quarter matchups. But now that we've talked Ponder, let's get into the Bearcats players to watch and what we'd like to see on our side of the ball. And we'll go to Nordy first with his player to watch.
Yeah, Ryan, you kind of stole some of my thunder there talking about the D-line and pass rush and that, because that's kind of my players to watch this week. And this game, the trenches are really going to affect this outcome because I believe on defensive side with that 3 high safety, we're going to be dropping 8 all night. We're going to be rushing 3. And I think a key in something like this is when you have a quarterback that can sling it, you need to get in his face, get him off his mark, get him moving around, have him focus on that pass rush all night to where he's looking at the D lineman, he's not able to look downfield. That's going to be a big part for us. It's going to be tough with only having 3 guys out there. We're not going to be able to bring in a lot of guys since they move so fast. I'm looking to see what we can do on that. I believe the stat is we hadn't had a sack since week 1, so hopefully we can get after this guy. And then on the opposite side of the ball, let's hopefully the way to stop them from scoring is to hold the ball. You can't win the game by time of possession, but you can definitely slow this team down. And hopefully we can stay ahead of the chains, control the tempo up front, and dominate and run the ball all night and keep this Ponder offense off the field. So my kind of player to watch is the O-line and the D-line and then the battle in the trenches.
So what you're saying is basically the Bearcats need to take a little bit of a page out of the 2020 Ponder Lion playbook and not necessarily go full bore. I mean, Nordy, you weren't there with us yet. They would literally take the play clock down to 3 seconds or less between every play. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to do that. I don't want to really drag it out like that. But when you are worried about fatigue in the second half of games, it's not the worst idea in the world if you're the Bearcats to really slow down yourself on offense a little, just to control some of that clock and honestly just keep some energy left in the tank late in the game.
Well, I know we don't like that. I know we don't like that, but really didn't Ponder almost come away with the win in that year? With an 18-13 close game like that. That style offense can really disrupt a high-scoring offense like Pilot Point had that year.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the year Pilot Point had Max Holler, Jay Cox, Aiden Cox. I mean, really explosive. And yeah, Pilot Point got out of there with an 18-13 win in which we had to get a big play touchdown a little over halfway through the fourth quarter just to get out of Ponder with a win. Yeah, just to get out of Ponder with a win. So, I mean, take a little bit of page out of their book, keep this one a little bit closer, and see what happens. But I do like our passing games really coming alive. So you do worry when you really try to all of a sudden turn to a control the clock type of offense. Does it throw yourself out of rhythm? But I don't think we're an offense really predicated on tempo. So I'd like to see what the adjustments might be come Friday night. But John, what do you got for a player to watch?
Yeah, for me, Ryan and Nordy, my player to watch is I'm going with what you guys normally do. I'm going with a unit, and that's the secondary unit this week, of course, because Ryan, you talked about the individual stats from their offense and their quarterback and their senior quarterback Clifton Cooper. like I said, is averaging 48 passing attempts a game on the season. That's his average, so he's been above that a few times, in 55, 52. So our secondary is going to be more active than they have been in any game so far this year and probably the rest of the year going forward. Ponder's going to line up 4 wide, and they're going to sling it around. It's just what they do. So, my focus is mainly on those single-digit jersey guys. Number 1, Jesse Rangel. Number 3, Colin Lynch. Number 5, Wyatt Smith's playing some good defense. Number 7, Gage Anderson. Number 8, Aston Kirby. And then the 2 double-digit guys, we got number 14, Andre Witherspoon, and 22, Crew Chandler. We got a lot of talent in our secondary, and they're gonna have to be on display against Ponder for sure.
Absolutely, and so I'm normally the one that definitely starts taking a position group. This week I'm going to take a player. He showed out last week, Aston Kirby. So mostly on the offensive side of the ball is where we really saw his grit and his determination. But we've seen him play great coverage in the secondary as well. Last week he did have a few pass breakups deep down the field. He kind of took control of the game last Friday night on both sides of the ball and tried to impose his will and drag the Bearcats to a victory. And ultimately, as a team, they fell just short. But I'd like to see that senior leadership again Friday night and really put it all out there on the line and show his grit and his determination. And I think he'll be a big part on both sides of the ball Friday night to help Pilot Point get that first district win and take one step closer to clinching that 4th spot in this district. So that is my player to watch. And now that we're through players to watch, let's turn it over for the show and go to John's 3 keys of the game.
Yes, sir, Ryan. So key number 3. So key number 3 for me is no more special teams mishaps. We touched on it earlier. We've gotten used to punting issues and a big return being called back for a penalty or a fumble on a kick return or giving up an onside kick in the last few weeks. Coaches have done a good job of coaching these kids up after those mistakes. We don't seem to be seeing the same mistake every week, but we have seen issues pop up, and they continue to cost us in these games. So this week I really think that we need to play clean and really have no negative special teams issues from our side. So that's key number 3. Key number 2. So key number 2, again, we touched on this one as well. At win the turnover battle, plain and simple, the worst game Ponder played this year was their 62-14 loss to Paradise. That was 2 weeks ago. And in that loss, they had 3 interceptions and they lost a fumble. And so that's what really propelled Paradise in that big victory. So it's going to be, it's going to be a huge factor on the outcome of this game. If Pilot Point can win that turnover battle, I think we win the game. And, if we don't win the turnover battle, we're just giving the ball back to, a real high-power offense. So key number 2 is win the turnover battle. And key number 1, see if I can get my music going right this week. Slow and low, that is the tempo. Let it flow, let yourself go. Slow and low, that is the tempo. That's a little Beastie Boys for you, fellas. That's Slow and Low by the Beastie Boys off the 1986 License to Ill album. And, for me, Ryan Zannordi, again, it comes back to dictating the tempo of this game. And we're going to have to be methodical on offense and really control the pace of this game, hopefully with our ground game. And Nordy touched on that earlier. Ponder's going to go 4 wide on almost every set. And they're going to run a play what seems like every 5 seconds if we allow them free reign on offense. But if Gage Anderson can run for 100-plus yards, which I think he can in this game, and we get another 50 to 75 from Wyatt Smith on the ground, I really feel good about our chances in this one. And, of course, if we win the time of possession, keep the chains moving, I'd like to see us avoid an all-out shootout and track meet type game with the limited roster numbers that we've got. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go on record and give you a prediction. Pilot Point victory in this one, 49-42. Not quite meeting the 50 burger, but give me the Bearcats 49-42. Hashtag, yes, I'm a homer, Nordy. Deal with it.
So you slow it low, slow the tempo, but it's going to be almost 100 points scored between the two teams and the Bearcat win.
Even with it slow, we're still going to put up some numbers.
I agree. One thing we didn't hit on, Ponder had a bye last week, so I don't know how impactful that was for them, given 2 weeks to prepare. I mean, it's not like we run anything super complex. I don't think the extra time would help with schematics or anything. But they will have a bye, so we'll see if they come with anything special for the Bearcats. But that's just something we'll have to see Friday night in Ponder. This will be one of the few games that we get to record from the actual, Pilot Point roadside, because Ponder has the dual press boxes, one on each side. So we'll be up there nice and cozy with the coaches. I'll tell you this, though. John, you're aware that press box in Ponder is real small. There's one thin partition between where we'll sit and where the coaches sit. And if Coach Keith Peacock is as intense this week as he was last week, that wall may come down, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know if that wall will hold up.
Yeah, we may be sharing a room if that's the case, because, boy, he was ready to come out of that press box.
Bring a little spare. Should we bring some spare, like some plywood, just to help repair that wall, just in case?
Yeah, that's right.
We just know that we're going to damage that thing.
Yeah. Some drywall repair kit. We need to bring that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's been fun, guys. So we'll continue this Friday night pre-game before we go for kickoff, and hopefully we'll be there when Pilot Point gets our first district win of the season. So that's all we have for you on the Homeland Roofing pre-game show. I'll see you Friday night in Ponder. Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats.
Homeland Roofing LLC has been serving the DFW area since 2014 and is a proud sponsor of Bearcats football. Homeland Roofing is a full-service contractor who specializes in storm restoration and provides end-to-end service for all insurance claims. If you've had storm damage, you've filed a claim but have questions about that next step, or you'd like a complimentary inspection, call Homeland Roofing at 469-343-3536. 469-343-3536, or find us on Facebook, Homeland Roofing, Texas.
We are live here after halftime, getting ready to get the second half on its way. Both teams are in their little inflatables, getting ready to take the field. It was homecoming in Ponder, so I got to watch the homecoming festivities where quarterback Clifton Cooper is having himself a game, having himself a season, one Ponder homecoming king.
Homecoming king.
Yeah, I think he has a younger brother who was part of the sophomore court. So, with Clifton graduating this year and the head coach being a Cooper, wouldn't be surprised if we had another Cooper coming up being quarterback. They announced that he was the nation's leading passer in all of high school sports for the week of September 22nd. And he's leading the state of Texas in yards per game passing right now, which I'm not surprised. 270 a game.
Not at all. The way they throw that thing around. We're going to see another 25 attempts in this half, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, speaking of that, we have about 46 pass attempts so far, so 15 from the Bearcats, 27, so it was 43 pass attempts so far in this game. So on pace for 96 if that continues. I said right about 100, and man, I mean, they're showing that they're going to sling it on their end, and Pilot Point's answered the bell. Let's go to a goalkeeper pool stat sheet check. Team stats, Pilot Point 198 yards passing, 82 yards rushing for total offense of 280 yards. They did throw one interception. Ponder, 296 yards through the air, 126 on the ground for 422 yards total offense. And they do have the fumble. Well, actually, they have two turnovers. They have the fumble, and then they have the strip that Wyatt Smith had in the back half of that first half. Individual stats, Wyatt Smith, quarterback, 8 of 15 for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, 53% completion. Rushing, Gage Anderson, 7 carries for 20 yards. Colin Lynch, 2 for 49. He had the big 51-yard touchdown. And Wyatt, 5 carries for 12 yards. Aston also got 1 carry for 1 yard for the 82 yards from the team. Receiving, Aston Kirby, 4 catches, 59 yards and a touchdown. He's averaging just under 15 yards a catch. And then averaging 34.75 yards per catch, just shy of 35 yards a catch. Crew Chandler with 4 catches for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He's having himself a night, Crew Chandler.
Absolutely. On the other side, Clifton Cooper, 18 to 27, 296 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also has 40 yards rushing on 14 carries. Most of those have been scrambles. He's had a few design runs. Nazard, who's the leading receiver, also had the 1 carry for 76 yards where he got it taken away from him at the end. And he had 136 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Elias Leos has it teed up, kicking into the wind, so we'll have the win in the fourth quarter, setting up the Southern Junkie kickoff, start the second half.
Yeah, that wind is going to be. Oh, look
Surprise
at this!
onside, and Elias Leos, he had it. Did he get it?
Man, he took a hit.
Who come up with it there?
The officials. Oh, he
Pilot
plays pointing their way.
The wrong way. Pilot Point recovers.
Let's
the
go.
Onside. I thought they did. I thought Elias Leos got it.
Special teams comes through for us.
Yeah, this very unsure line judge.
He's had some shaky moments.
Boy. On the drive up here,
he was giving Ponder possession.
On the drive up here, Nordy was telling me how much he loved that particular play. And here we are immediately coming out of the half, down 7, not wanting to give Ponder the ball to build some momentum, surprise onside, and we get it. Some special team magic from our Bearcats. Weissman takes the snap, and he's going to hand off up the middle. Anderson with some speed, lowers his shoulder, going to get out to the 42-yard line. 7 yards there on first down.
Man, credit Alejos for covering that and taking a big hit. At the same time, we got somebody on hold. A phone is ringing.
This is just proof we can take callers. I'm excited.
I know.
2nd and 4. Ball on the Ponder side of the field. Snap. And it's going to be swing out. Aston Kirby's going to catch it, and he's going to have to do some work immediately, and he's going to get slung down. Ponder ready for that, seeing how Aston took it to the house last week. We have a late flag coming out. I wonder if Ryan Riney's going to have given him too much of the business at the end of the play. Might back us up. Man, every time the Bearcats have forced a turnover or had a turnover on downs, or really the defense or special teams has put themselves in position, they've shot themselves in the foot. We'll see what the call is on this. Wyatt Smith has given the indication he thinks it's on Ponder. Ball has been placed. I haven't seen an official call yet. That's what we're about to get right here. Personal foul. Face mask on the Ponder Lions. Okay, I was speaking too soon. We have been shooting ourselves in the foot so far today, but that was not one of them.
All right.
Here we go, the advanced vet care penalty on the Lions. So we get the surprise onside that we jump on. We got
the momentum.
A good run play, and then we get a penalty here giving us a first down almost in that point-blank red zone that we've avoided tonight by all the big play touchdowns. Ball's 1st and 10 at the Ponder line, 27. Snap. Jet sweep motion. Aston Kirby's going to try to reverse field. He's got to avoid a man. He does. He's going to try to get another man, and he's going to get tripped up down at about the 30. Try to jump over a tackler. Tackler took his legs out from under him, and it's going to be a small loss. That jet sweep, we hadn't been able to run the ball effectively, especially getting to the edge.
Yeah.
All of our effective runs today, which have been few, have come between the tackles. That's like the first down carry on this drive, the 51-yarder by Colin Lynch.
Yeah, Colin Lynch's huge run early in the game.
It's going to be 2nd and 13, and we're looking to throw the ball. White Smith rolling out right, looking down. And he's going to give it away all the way across the field. He had Jesse Rangel, but there's no way he would have made that throw all the way back across the field.
Yeah, smart play there by Wyatt, just throwing it away. Big 3rd down.
3rd and long here, 3rd and 14. The line to gain appears to be inside the Ponder line 20. The angle from here is kind of tough to give you an exact spot. The ball is at the Ponder line 31.5-yard line. Snap, straight drop, and he's going to get rid of it quick. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Alex Puga working, breaks the tackle. Tries to spin out of more. He's just trying to make it all in that one play because it was 3rd down. He needed it all. They're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, going to set up a 4th and 10. And this is into the wind. The wind, well, we're in a box. Every time I think the wind has died down, I look at a flag and see the wind still whipping around up there.
It's still gusting. There's a penalty marker on the play.
That's on the Ponder Lions.
On the Lions.
So I didn't see what the call was, but let's see. Is it the automatic first down type, or is it just some yardage?
Personal foul is what the announcer said.
Down, baby. So the Bearcats bailed out again. So this time the Ponder Lions are doing their best to assist our offense, which seems to just been bogging down when they've had good opportunities like this.
Yeah, kind of sputtering on the last few plays.
We're seeing kind of the opposite of what we've seen from this Bearcat offense this year. This offense has been successful on the long, methodical drives, no real explosive plays. Been real hard putting long drives together today, but we scored on a lot of explosive plays.
Yeah, this game, it's all about the explosive long plays. Couple to Crew. Colin Lynch with the long run.
So 2 running backs to Wyatt Smith's left, 2 receivers that way as well. And this is going to be a power run up the middle. Pressure coming off the edge. Good tackle there by number 25 of the Ponder Lions, Zane Cassidy. Gage Anderson on the carry. For a lot of the first half, the Bearcats were right there in yardage gained with the Ponder Lions. Towards the end of the half, the Ponder Lions were able to separate themselves a little on the total yardage, 422 to 283. But the pass game for the Bearcats has been kind of a bright spot, 200 yards passing just in the first half alone. So we'll see. Hopefully we can add to that and get in the end zone here. We are in the point bank red zone. The snap is a little right. Wyatt Smith's just going to duck it and run it all the way down to about the 7-yard line, going to set up a 3rd and short. The snap has been, most of the snaps have been good, but the ones that have been bad have been off to the side of Wyatt Smith, and that time he was able to field it and just take it straight forward.
Yeah, I've seen him catch a couple one-handed off to the side.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and 3. We're well within the point bank red zone here. Inside the 10 line, the game looks to be around the 5 for the first down, and the snap is once again down to the right. Got to see. Just can't get out of our own way here, and we'll see if we want to try to kick it or get in the end zone.
That wouldn't hurt.
And we're going to send the kicking team out
there.
there.
Yep.
Makes you nervous when you're playing a high-powered offense like Ponder to settle for 3 in this position. But ultimately, your defense continues to show up and may be what we need to get the lead in this game at some point, getting the 3 points here. So this is going to be teed up at the 18, which is going to make it a 28-yard field goal on the right hash for the left-footed kicker. Snap is a bit high, but it's put down. The kick is up. It is high. It is going to be good. It is good. The next time field goal by Elias Leos is good. 28 yards. 8:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Ponder still in the lead. 35 to Pilot Point 31.
Bearcat fans, this is Coach Marsh. I know that whenever practice is over and I get home late, the first place I think of is Nick's Italian. You can go to Nick's Italian or you can call it at 940-686-2520. You get great quality food at a great price, not to mention the friendly service that you receive from Nick and his staff. Next time you're hungry and you don't feel like dragging out all those pots and pans and trying to cook for a family of 6, call Nick's Italian and they'll take care of you. Support a veteran-owned business in Nick's Italian. Go Bearcats.
Do you love the arts? How about a great Broadway play or live music at a great local venue? Then you're going to fall in love with the Garage Door Theater located in the original 1894 Opera House on the historic Pilot Point Square. Newly renovated and rebranded, the Garage Door Theater enables theater participation for children and adults alike while promoting theater arts education. You're going to love it. Just ask our newest partners, Pilot Point ISD and Pilot Point High School. The Garage Door Theater at the Pilot Point Opera House. For more info, garagedoortheater.org.
So we're back here for the Southern Junkies kickoff. The last time there was a little trickery that resulted in extra Bearcat possession. And this one, I imagine, we'll probably try to kick one deep. And it is a low squibber and stay in bounds. Nope. Ponder did the smart thing and let it roll out of bounds, so kind of shoot herself in the foot with the way that one rolled. Ponder's going to get good possession here on their first drive of this game, or this second half.
Second half, yeah, for sure.
Player missing for Ponder tonight, which is going to factor in more if Nazar doesn't come back for the second half, is their second leading receiver, Graham Lightwood, who's averaged 144 yards per game receiving, multiple receiving touchdowns. I had seen on the Snacks Prep that he had only played in 3 of the 5 games. So, I didn't know if it was an injury. I didn't know what it was.
So you're saying,
or if he'd be back, but I hadn't seen him today.
You're saying they could be more powerful if he was playing. That's hard to imagine.
So how does the ball end up getting spotted at the 37?
At the 37.
No, it's because it doesn't get the
32.
Was the ball touched by Ponder?
That's the only. Having fun with that too.
That's the only explanation I can think of. Is the ball was touched by Ponder. I thought there was a flag.
Did they pick it up? I thought there was a flag for the ball going out of bounds, but maybe they touched it before it went out of bounds.
Roll out right for Cooper. He's looking on that Ponder sideline, and he throws a dart, but it short hops Peacock and is ruled incomplete on that first down incompletion. Clifton Cooper at one point was over at 73% completion percentage. That has fallen as of the way the first half ended in the last couple throws. But he has got the overload to the left side of the offense, 3 receivers and the running back looking that way. And he's going to sling down the seam. And Alex Puga distracted Peacock just long enough for the ball to hit him in the back hip and pop in the air incomplete. Aston Kirby was behind him. If that catch is made, Aston Kirby's just going to have to jump on his back, and hopefully he can wrestle him down.
Yeah, I thought Puga got a fingertip on that one.
Here we are, 3rd and 10. Drop back to pass, Pilot Point, bring some pressure. They're slowing him up. They're going to get to him and bring him down.
Sir.
So we'll test that Ponder. Ponder doesn't like to punt. They've had much worse situations than this in this game where they decided not to punt all the way backed up at their own 20. This one is going to be 4th and 12 from their own 30 with the line to gain being the Ponder line 42.
Ponder will not punt.
They don't punt.
That was Leo Servin Jr. looked like. Needs to do it again.
We've been bringing pressure on some of these long yardage situations with this. Hey, this looks like a punt.
Oh,
maybe that's why they don't punt. That was a brutal punt, not very good, but Ponder's going to get a break because it's going to roll out across the goalkeeper pool 50 and be down at the Bearcat 44. We'll come back for the Bearcats drive after this commercial.
Curtis and Holly Peacock are proud supporters of Pilot Point ISD. They would like to wish everyone a great 2022-23 school year and encourage them to continue making our community proud. The success of our school district is a true reflection of the quality students, teachers, and administrators we have in Pilot Point. And as always, it's a great day to be a Pilot Point Bearcats.
So that field goal hurt at the time because of the field position and all that, but now that you force a stop on defense, you have a chance to take the lead with it. And Gage Anderson's getting a carry. He's getting some space. Stutter step going to get out across the goalkeeper 50, and that's going to be about 6 yards on that first down carry. They're going to mark it at the Ponder line 49. That's going to give him an extra yard there. Looks like 7 on that first down carry.
Yeah, we'd love to see Gage Anderson get going here in the second half. Keep that clocker running. Keep the chains going.
Snap. And this is going to be a read. Weissman's going to keep it. He's going to get it out to about the 47 of the Ponder Lions. One thing also about this is I know that we have a Bearcat down on that rolling. Hopefully we see him get up here soon. Hopefully it's just a stinger or something. We're going to get a commercial in a second. Before we do that, one big thing about this is taking possession, running the clock, got a defensive stop while Ponder has the wind at their back. The wind isn't going to totally stop you from throwing the football, but it will have effects from time to time, so it's good to maybe take this high-powered offense and keep them on the sideline when they have the wind at their back. We're going to step away while we have a down Bearcat, and we'll be back on the other side.
Hi, I'm Greg Pelzel. Here at Pelzel Printing, we do custom embroidery, custom screen printing, and promotional product. You can reach Greg Pelzel at 940-453-5443. Go Bearcats.
Point Bank proudly supports the 2022 Pilot Point Bearcats football team. Open your real free checking account with Point Bank and show off your Bearcat pride with a Point Bank school logo debit card. Additionally, Point Bank is now offering credit cards. Choose your premier rate or rewards and enjoy metal cards with one of the lowest rates in the market, along with in-branch servicing for your convenience. Subject to credit approval. Visit pointbank.com for details. Point Bank. Your neighbors love us. You will too. Member FDIC.
And we're back here. Eddie Batista being helped off. He's up, just being helped off with the help of a couple coaches.
Big 3rd and short here, Ron.
Yep, 3rd and 2. Ball is at the Ponder line 48 with the 46 being the yard marker to gain. Snap. And Anderson's going to get the carry, and he's going to find the 2. I believe he's going to find the yards needed out to the 45. The 45 would be more than enough for an Ike Real Estate Group first down. That's where they've marked it, and the chains are moving. Absolutely.
Great job, boys.
Tough run there. Gage Anderson, for being a smaller guy, absolutely is a tough runner. He's shifty there, but when the point of contact is made, he'll bring it to you.
Yeah, he keeps those legs moving. Tries to fight through contact.
Snap is a bit high, but it's fielded, and Anderson's going to take that. And
Here we go,
kind
Gage.
of a draw, and he's going to get out all the way to the 35. The high snap action made it kind of almost like a draw where some of the rushers got up a little bit too far to make the play. And Gage was able to go right underneath him for another Irish Real Estate Group first down. Ball down at the Ponder Lion 35-yard line. Two receivers right, one left. Alex Puga and Gage Anderson in the backfield with Wyatt Smith. The snap, and it is play action, and it is thrown out. Crew Chandler gets catch at the 30, and he's going to get to the outside. Stiff arm man out enough for an Irish Real Estate Group first down into the Point Bank red zone. 6 minutes to go in this third quarter, and the Bearcats are on the drive all the way down, back in the Point Bank red zone here.
Moving the chains again.
This is that methodical offense that we've seen most of the season.
Yeah, this is what we need.
That's what we need because it keeps the ball away from Ponder.
Absolutely, it does.
Nice stacked receivers to the right. Running back and H-back that way. Wyatt Smith's going to keep this one and be slung down. Number 99 there for Ponder, Stephen Carmona. He grabbed his big old paw around the jersey and the collar area and was able to bring Wyatt down.
Thought it was going to be a face mask the way he tackled him, but looked like he got the jersey.
It's going to be another TFL. This run game has just not been able to get going, which is one of those deals. A lot of times when at this level in high school, if you can't get the running game going, you're probably not protecting the quarterback much either. They've done a pretty good job of protecting Wyatt Smith, or at least giving him an area to escape to when the pressure gets to him. And picking up blitzes like that, looking down the field, he's going to throw, has Aston Kirby, caught at the 5, sidestep, has a chance. No, he's not going to get in the end zone, but he is going to get an Irish Real Estate Group first down to the Ponder Lion 5. Just like what I talked about right there, they picked up the blitz. There was a free rusher who stopped, and just the protection allowed Wyatt enough time to kind of make a move and get himself a little bit extra time and deliver a strike to Aston Kirby.
Sure did. We moved the chains again. First and goal.
I'd like to comment in the Sunset Pool subscriber chat by DMars54. We'll get to that after this play, and it is another
heavy blitz up the middle.
We're not able to run the ball into the teeth of this Ponder blitz. Just getting right through in the run game and getting tackles for losses piled up. He said refs must have looked at their whistle looked at their watch at halftime and swallowed their whistles a little, because as long as that first half was, they're trying to get home too.
No doubt. Wondering if I was going to make it home by tomorrow.
4:43 and counting here in the third quarter. Bearcats on the drive have it, second and goal from the 9.
Lost 4 on that first play.
Blitz again from Ponder, picked up. RPO, well, the free rusher comes off the edge. So he's definitely had his hand in the face of Wyatt Smith.
Yeah.
No call there.
Yeah.
So when I say, it kind of seems counterintuitive there. Picked up the blitz, but then there's a guy right in his face. They're blitzing more than you're blocking. So the quarterback has the responsibility of the free rusher, and if he's not ready to make that decision, you can end up with something like that. Very similar to how Quinn Ewers got hurt against Alabama. He had the responsibility of that free rusher and just held on to it just a tick too long.
Yeah, I'd like to see us go back to that middle screen with Puga, but maybe not in this position on the football field.
Well, with that blitz that just came, we're going to throw a post, and Aston Kirby's going to catch it for a Pelzel printing touchdown, and the Pilot Point Bearcats are going to take the lead in the second half.
Speaking of Quinn Ewers, we got the Quinn Ewers haircut in the end zone there.
Absolutely. So bringing more pressure, the offensive line picks it up, and the post from the inside slot position, Aston Kirby makes the catch and gets it in the end zone to give the Bearcats a lead. And, the Bearcats take the yardage.
Yeah.
Take the yardage. Don't call your timeout here. Take the yardage.
Yeah, just take a penalty if we have to, boys.
Oh, they're going to put Tristan Zambrano in there. So Eddie Batista's spot on the field goal team is being filled by a guy much smaller than him. And, hey, he holds up. The Nick's Italian PAT is good.
Yes, sir.
4:23 left in the third quarter. Pilot Point takes a 38-35 lead.
Point Bank proudly supports the 2022 Pilot Point Bearcats football team.
Pilot Point Feed Store is a locally owned, family-run business built on service. Established in 2003, the Sean family's experience, knowledge, and exceptional customer service is unmatched. Pilot Point Feed carries a large selection of feeds for all types of animals. While you're there, be sure to visit the retail department and boutique, offering name-brand clothing like Double D Ranch and Tasha Polizzi. They also have ranch supplies, deer feeders, cooking grills, home decor, furniture, gifts, and much, much more. Pilot Point Feed, more than just a feed store.
And we're back here. Want to give a shout-out to sophomore Tristan Zambrano there. So with Eddie Batista going down on the drive before, that's sometimes the things that get overlooked as special teams. So the Bearcats score a touchdown, line up for the extra point, and they realize they have a guy that's not there. Who's going to be? They're running. They were trying to find someone. A lot of the offensive linemen ran off the sideline to go check on Eddie. So small sophomore Tristan Zambrano, who let me say is much smaller than Eddie Batista, fills the spot. And he does a good job, and ultimately the kick is up and good. So shout out to the sophomore Tristan Zambrano there.
Yeah. Shout out to the coaches for that play call to Aston over the middle. They saw that Ponder kept blitzing up the middle, and we passed it right behind them.
That tunnel screen is going to come soon, you know it. Yeah. Bearcats take their first lead of the game here in the second half, and this is a low squib kicking again. Oh, no,
again, it goes out of bounds.
Goodness. That ball didn't even make the Ponder Lion 40 before it scooted out of bounds. This one was not touched. So Nordy over here told us on the last one there was a Ponder Lion standing right there, and right before it went out of bounds, it hopped up and hit him in the knee and bounced right out.
Yeah.
If you're just going to kick it straight out of the sidelines, might as well just onside it. At least that's the Kanos CrossFit Sideline Mike's opinion. Shout out to the Slay family, by the way.
More chance. You know, I don't know if you remember, Chance, but back in 5th and 6th grade football, I called the onside kick every single time. Jake Tyson Little was like 55%. Man, that guy could onside kick.
Man, that's extra possessions.
Yep.
Lots of extra possessions.
You don't in Little League, you don't punt and you don't kick it deep.
Snap, drop straight back. Clifton Cooper looking. He's pressured. He's going to step up. He's going to sidestep. He's going to find Peacock out crossing route, and it's going to get out across the 30. All Peacock has to be pushed out of bounds at the Ponder Lion 20. A lot of officials in the Bearcat sideline calling for a hold in there.
They wanted a hold on the block downfield there.
Well, I was just about to say Clifton Cooper keep getting his eyes from not looking downfield when he's being pressured, but he was able to get him back up and find a man, and he's going to throw it deep out there. Peacock again going to catch it. Peacock's going to be the man now with Whitewood not playing today. Nazard not coming back from the ankle injury, or what appeared to be an ankle injury in the first half, and so Peacock's kind of the guy here, and they've already got the ball down at the Bearcat 10. Right after the Bearcats take their first lead, they're trying to take it back. Empty formation for Cooper. Takes a snap. He's going to run it around to the right side. I thought there was some motion there on the right side of the Ponder Lion offense, but apparently there was not, and Clifton Cooper's going to run it through the end zone and all the way to the back of the track. I thought there was some motion over there, but some legal types of motion, but I guess I was wrong. So Ponder Lion's going to take a lead back immediately, which is kind of taking the air out of your momentum.
Yep, took the air out of the balloon right there. That was a quick response.
Absolutely. Kicker is going to be Gianni Ice. And he's not going to get this kick off because it was a bad snap. Peacock's going to just sling it into the end zone, and it's knocked down by a couple Bearcats. So that could come into play here because instead of getting the Ponder lead to 4, it now stays at 3. 3:59 left in the third quarter. Ponder 41, Pilot Point 38.
Whether it's for work or play, your diesel truck needs to perform. R&M Garage is your one-stop shop for all diesel repair and maintenance needs. R&M technicians are certified with over 40 years experience working on diesel engines just like yours. Don't go to that high-priced dealership. They may not even have the knowledge to make your repairs. Call R&M Garage. They've been repairing diesel engines right here in Pilot Point for over 14 years. That's R&M Garage at 254-354-3353.
The National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries provides Christian outreach for auto racing all across the United States at dirt tracks, short tracks, and racing venues that include NASCAR, IndyCar, and ARCA racing, and many other series. We train chaplains and create opportunities for local churches to get involved in fan outreach. We understand competition in sports events, and we work hard to provide a positive influence in the midst of auto racing action. Learn more at racewayministries.org. And meanwhile, go Bearcats.
The kick is caught at the 15. We're going to set up for an R&M Garage kickoff return. Anderson's trying to get the Bearcat sideline. He's going to get the 25, stutter step, get the 30, step out of another one, get to the 32-yard line of the Bearcats. So that's a pretty good return. R&M Garage, a kick return there by Gage. I'm going to get out across the 30 for this next possession. Terry Slay's got it in the right in the in the chat room, or he got it actually wrong. It's 41-38.
Yep, 41-38.
Ponder. Oh, there it is.
I gotcha.
It's Pilot Point Feed Store scoreboard check. 3:49 left in this third quarter. Ponder just missed that extra point, which was it was going to be a kick, but the snap was bad, resulted in a 2-point attempt. No good. That now makes it a 3-point game, which is a lot better for the Bearcats than a 4-point game.
Yep. Now we're real happy we took that field goal.
Yep. Little bunch formation left for the Bearcats. And it's going to be thrown out there a little quick and maybe a little too quick for Crew Chandler.
It looked like Wyatt might have rushed that throw a little bit.
Yeah, kind of almost like a hot potato. Like as soon as it was in his hand, almost just shuffled it out there. Here we go, 2nd and 10 here for the Bearcats. That was an incomplete pass on that first down. Trips left for the Bearcats. Running back that side of the offense too, so it's going to be a straight drop back. And it's going to be thrown deep, and it's going to be over for everybody's head and incomplete. No flag on the play. I thought Wyatt Smith was indicating that. Maybe he was telling the coaches he liked something.
Good coverage by number 5 there. It looks like Kaiser Montoya, the senior Ponder.
Bearcats throwing into the wind on this possession. The wind doesn't seem to be as intense as it's been at times tonight, but the Bearcats definitely are throwing into the wind at this point. 3:39 left in this third quarter. 3rd and 10 here for the Bearcats. Snap, drop back. Oh, here's the tunnel screen. Puga's going to catch it, and he didn't get a block from Rangel, but he's going to break the tackle, get out across the 40. More than enough for an Irish Real Estate Group first down. And that was that middle screen
I wanted to see
to defeat this Ponder pressure right between the tackles. All of Ponder's most effective pressure has been pressure brought between the tackles. And they took that and used it against them there on that 3rd and long for an Irish Real Estate Group first down for the Bearcats.
That's a play Coach Lenny Gray would have dialed up back in my day.
Low snap, but it's fielded, and it's a curl route. Kirby's going to catch it at the Ponder 49, break a tackle, and he's going to try to stiff arm a man, get out across the 35, 30.
Get out, run
20, it's a race in the end zone. 10, 5, he stays in and keeps his feet. Touchdown, Aston Kirby. Huge play there. West Heitzman Insurance Service, big play. I was waiting for this line judge to make the call. He was nodding his head up and down, but I didn't know what that meant. He finally made the call for a touchdown. 53-yard touchdown from Wyatt Smith to Aston Kirby. Give the Bearcats the lead back here with 3:16 left in the third quarter.
Good answer, boys.
Snap is better. The kick is up, and it is through. The Bearcats take the lead back, 45-41.
Pelzel's Barbershop and Salon and Southern Junkies has been home of the Bearcats since 1973. We are a one-stop shop for all your hair needs and game day outfits. We carry a few fan favorite brands like Vintage Havana, Buddy Love, Capri Blue, and Blenders Eyewear. Come check us out on the north side of the square in downtown Pilot Point or online at www.southernjunkies.com, and that's Junkies with a Z. And don't forget, go Bearcats!
Sunset Pools of North Texas helps people build custom pools for their perfect backyards. Even if the perfect backyard includes an outdoor kitchen, fire pit, or more, Sunset Pools of North Texas does it all. Shane Blagg, the owner, is a proud Bearcat alum who has built pools in the Pilot Point area for over a decade now. Good luck to the Bearcats this season from Sunset Pools of North Texas, where your backyard dreams become a reality. You can visit Sunset Pools at sunsetpoolsntx.com. That's sunsetpoolsntx.com.
And we're back here. We're going to do a goalkeeper stat sheet check real quick.
Hey, we do need a dump button chance. Yeah. It's not just me.
Wyatt Smith, 15 of 26 for 309 yards and 5 touchdowns. And I want to skip down to the receiving. Aston Kirby, 8 catches, 136 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Crew Chandler, 5 catches, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns of his own. That's back-to-back week. Aston's had 3 receiving touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
This kick is a squib, and it's going to go more down the center, and it's going to be fielded, and he's going to –
he wasn't sure of himself.
The line's just going to go down at about the 36-yard line. Not awful field position. That was Number 30 there for the Ponder Lions, Colin Ursay. He's a linebacker, not used to carrying the ball
took
much.
An awkward knee there.
He just decided he didn't want to mess with it, and so he just bailed.
Hey,
Yes.
I want to let y'all know we had a lineman back in there on that kick. So Tristan Zambrano's career as a lineman, I think, is over.
Short-lived.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
We
though.
recognize that he did a good job.
I think he graded out like 100%.
Yeah, hey, 1 for 1. That's right.
Does he get a syrup sticker?
No syrup sticker on that one.
We're not just handing those out to anybody.
You got to earn one of those.
Come
buddy.
on now.
Snap, drop straight back for Cooper, looking down the field. Has some time now. He's being pressured, and he's just gonna. That is definitely intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. 54 is not eligible.
There's not even anyone even close. Don't point at 20. He wasn't anywhere
20
near.
was over here.
20 was not anywhere near. 54 was there.
It was 54. Coach Marsh is definitely
that ball landed to 30.
The
guy on that number they pointed at was over on the other side of the 40.
Got to be better here, guys.
The receiver they pointed at was 15 yards away from where the ball landed.
That was the left tackle. He was not eligible. Oh, my. Wow.
Unbelievable.
And shout out to Chris Fisher Army, new subscriber on the Sunset Pools chat line.
This snap is high. Clifton Cooper fields it, and he keeps his eye downfield, and he throws a strike out there
that was a good throw.
To Peacock. I mean, a beautiful throw out across the goalkeeper pool 50. So, I mean, the yardage, you never know what's going to happen. So the yardage right there was more than enough for a first down, even with the intentional grounding. But you don't know what the play is if you get the intentional grounding. You could have called a totally different play.
Changes the play call.
Trips left. Cooper's going to roll out that way, looking down the field, and he throws it in the middle, and it's caught. That's Sorensen who's going to catch it get out about the line to gain for the first down. You were right about the late whistle
they
here.
do not help these ball carriers.
So it was brought up earlier, kind of resembling DeKalb, and I didn't agree with it at the time, but the more and more the game goes.
It feels that way, doesn't it? It's kind of scary.
Trips right, roll off that way for Cooper. He's pressured. He's looking back, trying to get away.
Good pass rush.
And we'll just throw it anywhere because apparently
him.
You can do that now. And he's going to scramble out, get some yards to gain, yards gain, set up a second and medium.
Leo Servin Jr. has been active on the pass rush. He got Clifton Cooper out of the pocket there on that one.
Trips right for the Bearcats. Cooper in the backfield with one running back. Straight drop back. Pressure up the middle. Sorensen's going to catch that. Who's it calling? No, Wyatt Smith looking like he was crossing, like he might catch it. I think some of the secondary members were confused when the ball got past him because the receiver just kept running with the football. Finally tackled at about the Bearcat 18-yard line. Snap. Straight drop. He throws it out in the flat. Number 7, Sorensen. And Sorensen's going to be tackled.
Nice
An excellent tackle.
Yeah.
Crew Chandler dove out and was able to take his leg out from under him and keep him from gaining any more yardage. So 2:17 and counting here in the third quarter. Pilot Point up 45-41 over Ponder. But Ponder's threatening in the Point Bank red zone.
It looks like Ponder's found some success with throwing the ball out in the flats.
Snap. And that's where they're going to go right here on the little wide receiver screen. Pick up a block. Peacock is going to race in, and they're going to rule him out of okay, they're going to rule him out of bounds for a second. I was like, incomplete.
3 or 4 yard line, it looks like.
Well, I mean, we all know what's coming here more than likely. That quarterback run by Clifton Cooper.
There it is, straight run.
And it's still going to get in the end zone. Ponder takes the lead back, so the Bearcat defense found their rhythm until they started taking the lead. And once they took the lead, the Ponder offense has got their rhythm back. So we're going to have a lot of points here tonight, which we all kind of expected, but they're adding up in a hurry.
Yeah, they are.
The points aren't the only thing that are adding up, though. I mean, both these teams are Ponder's over 548 yards of offense. The Bearcats at 410. So that's 958. Almost we're going to be over 1,000 yards offense before this one's said and done.
Shout out to Nordy for his addition skills.
He is rocking the goalkeeper pool stats. You check the next time PAT is up, and it is good. 150 left in the third quarter. Ponder takes a 48-45 lead.
In Texas, there's pea-size hail and baseball-size hail. Guess which one hit our house? We didn't even know where to begin, but we called our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent, and he was so reassuring. He knew exactly what to do to get our house back into shape and our lives back to normal. Now, we're even more thankful for the roof over our heads.
Wesley Heitzman, born and raised right here in Pilot Point. Give him a call for a free quote at 940-390-6783.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
In 2014, Uppercut Granite was founded with the mission to provide the highest quality fabrication and installation services to home builders, homeowners, and commercial contractors in the DFW and southern Oklahoma areas. With more than 50 years of combined experience in the countertop fabrication industry, the partners of Uppercut Granite possess the skills and expertise necessary to complete even the most difficult projects. Visit Uppercut Granite's showroom at 1235 JC Lane in Pilot Point, Texas, or call 940-765-3525 to schedule an appointment. Go Bearcats.
958 combined yards of offense so far in this game. And if I'm the Bearcat special teams here, I might be looking for a surprise on side here. Once you start trading touchdowns, you start seeing some crazy things on special teams. And there it is. And it's going to find the out-of-bounds line.
A great one.
Ooh, yeah. They're trying to get it over the front line before the second line, which sometimes the Bearcats have a pretty big gap in between, and this one sailed right out of bounds. I want to explain something here. We got a new person in the chat room. So Carissa Army, she asked kind of what the dump button was. Dump button is something that basically cuts out the last 5-6 seconds of audio if something inappropriately is set. Something inappropriate is set on the air, and John is responsible for more of those than me.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, if you've heard Carissa speak passionately, you know that she probably could use a dump button. On occasion. Carissa knows I'm speaking the truth.
Snap. Handoff. Anderson's going to take it. Bounce off one man. And
Come on, Gage.
50. He's been
Pop it out here. Let's go.
Knocked on the numbers. 40. 30. He's going to cut back and get inside the 24. He's ridden down to 19, and that's a Wes Heitzman Insurance Service big play there for the sophomore running back. Biggest, I think that might be the biggest run of his career right there. Longest run of his career, going to give us an IRC Real Estate Group first down in the Point Bank red zone.
Great job by Gage against the machine. You guys love to see it. Love to see him keeping that clock moving, keeping those chains moving, keeping that Ponder offense off this field.
Yep, 1:35 left in the third quarter. Bearcats in the Point Bank red zone looking to take the lead back. It's been a back and forth game here in the second half. Bearcats pick up the blitz, looking to throw. And, good play by the Ponder defender, number 21 there. Number 21 is Mason Hodges, gets his hand up in the passing lane. That would have been an open completion to number 8, Aston Kirby.
And Ponder keeps bringing that pressure up the middle. Good job by the Bearcat line. Standing strong there.
Must have been an RPO or something, because there were some pulling linemen on that actually picked up the blitz. Here we go. 2nd and 10.
Showing pressure again up the middle.
Bearcats are going to pick it up again, and Colin Lynch is going to get the carry. He's not brought down by the first man, but he's just barely going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Ponder is blitzing pretty much every play at this point.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we might have to go back to the Aston Kirby across the middle touchdown play. That's pretty soon here.
Well, it worked for us last week. It's worked for us a few times this week. He has 3 touchdowns through the air today, one of which was on that post, beating some pressure from that inside slot position. Coaching staff getting their calls in. The play clock's not running. Now it's running. There we go.
Yep.
Game clock is running 35 seconds.
Bunch formation on that far side.
Drop back to pass. Oh, open. Aston Kirby. Wheel route. Ball's floating. Can he bring it in? He can. The ball floated in the air just a little bit too much, allowing Trey Kysiak enough time to recover. That ball's put out in the front. The Bearcats take the lead back. The wind might have been the 12th defender there for Ponder, keeping that ball in the air just long enough to allow the defender to recover.
Yeah, you saw it, Ryan. It looked like Aston had a couple steps on him. We thought we had a touchdown there.
Well, we're going to go for it considering we'd be kicking into the wind here. Trips left. Some confusion here. Oh, okay. Wyatt calling him in for the bunch. plenty of time at the play clock. Everybody get their stuff together.
Yep.
Snap, drop back to pass. Pressured. He gets away from the pressure,
Keep
keeping his eyes down the field. He's got to throw it. He slings it into the end zone, and Puga is going to try to make the catch. It's ultimately going to be incomplete. As long as there's no dirty laundry on the field, it's going to be a turnover on down, and Ponder's going to get the ball back. And this is where the defense has to stand strong. Ponder's offense has answered the call at every turn in this half. But now that the Bearcats didn't take the lead from them, they're going to have to stand strong, and there's 9 seconds left in this third quarter here. And it'll be the last 9 seconds. Ponder has the wind at their back.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that that the play clock, was shorter than the game clock there. We could have maybe gone into the fourth quarter, run that play, have a little more time to think about a play to draw.
You could have done anything.
Yeah, but just unfortunate that we couldn't get out of this quarter.
So a balanced formation here from Ponder. They've had it going here in the second half. Snap, drop back, Clifton Cooper pressured, steps up, can't get away from the pressure. And
now they're going to blow the whistle.
Ooh, that was definitely borderline, but they've
been letting it go all day.
Yeah, and Cooper Locke was slinging him around. Cooper on Cooper crime there.
During the whistle.
Slinging him around. But ultimately, I think what saved him is he didn't pile drive him. He did set him down rather gently.
He did.
But that's the end of the third quarter here. So at the end of 3 in Ponder, it's Ponder 48, Pilot Point 45. When we come back, Ponder will have second long.
Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital, Pilot Point, has been caring for animals around the Pilot Point area for the past 30 years. Large and small pets can expect a quality experience unmatched by other clinics. Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point offers all the services you'd expect from your veterinarian. They provide preventative care, which includes vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention. They also provide sick animal care, surgical, and dental needs with their full-service lineup. Good luck to the Bearcats this season from Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point, where pets are family. For the best Mexican food experience, visit Uncle Beto's Mexican Restaurant on the corner of Liberty Street and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. Uncle Beto's offers the freshest and most authentic flavors that you can only find in the best Mexican cuisine. Dine in, or if you prefer curbside service, call Uncle Beto's at 940-686-0143 and order your food to go. Be sure to make Uncle Beto's a part of your game night routine, either before the game or up until 10 p.m. on game night.
And we're back. You're listening to Pilot Point Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter, brought to you by the Peacock family.
Yeah, Ryan, Corner Cafe district score check. Whitesboro beat Peaster 61-13.
Drop back from Clifton Cooper. He's going to throw a little screen pass of their own, and there's not a whole lot of room to be had. Crew Chandler stands him up. Aziel Gonzalez finishes it off. Going to set up a 3rd and long here. I know Ponder doesn't punt, but let's say there's an incompletion here.
This is a
you got to
difficult
get rid
spot.
of it.
Yeah, and you're going to be punting into the wind.
Drop back, rolling out right. Immediate pressure. Cooper's going to get away with it, keep his eyes downfield, throws it deep,
Gage.
and it is not going to make the receiver. Partly in the wind, partly under pressure. Going to set up a 4th and real long, deep in their own territory for the Ponder Lions.
Man, great job by Gage Anderson. I know he's gassed after running the football like he has, so he's doing a great job covering these guys as well.
I'll set up a 4th and long here. I think I only want to bring 4, but I want to bring the 4th maybe from somewhere a little unique here if they decide they're looking. This is a formation. Oh, no.
Give him a cushion here.
Yeah, it's a pass.
Over the middle. Make
and
a tackle.
It is caught, makes a tackle. There's a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, so it's not enough yards for the first down. So as long as it's on Ponder, which I think it would have to be, the only thing it could be on the Bearcats is lined up in the neutral zone.
Right.
So we'll see. But as long as it's not on Pilot Point, it's a turnover on downs. Pilot Point's going to get the ball deep in Ponder territory. And even if it's a new lineup in the neutral zone, it's still going to set up 4th and long.
They're coming off the field.
Referee taking his time, moseying on over. An eligible receiver downfield.
Yep.
Penalty will be declined. Turnover on down for the Bearcats. I mean, I get you like to be ultra aggressive. That's cool, But in this sort of game, you have to punt that ball, don't you?
Yeah, what is it, the Pulaski Academy in Arkansas, I think, that started this trend. Jeez. That guy was famous for never punting. Looks like Ponder's copied that model.
Well, Pilot Point's going to take over. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a loss of down. Pilot Point accepted the penalty, and it's a loss of down. Being fourth down.
Better field position.
It's first and goal from the Ponder Lion 9-yard line.
Let's go.
Down by 3, so we're already in position to tie it. But let's not think that. Let's think 7 here.
I just love to see Gage Anderson get in the end zone. I feel like he deserves one, but it's going to be tough because they keep bringing all that pressure up the middle. So it might have to be a little swing pass over here to the near side.
Gage is up to 47 yards rushing after he rattled off that big one earlier on the last drive. Ready to overtake maybe Colin Lynch for the rushing lead for the game. Colin Lynch had a 51-yarder on his first carry. The second carry was -2. So the referees have no idea what's going on. They haven't all game. They've moved the ball to the 15. No rhyme or reason, really. Oh, they're moving it.
Ryan, back to the Corner Cafe scoreboard check. Paradise beat Boyd 33-12. That has gone final. And Gunner beat Bells 24-14. That has gone final.
This is, an eligible man downfield is a loss of down. I thought these referees. 3 receivers to Wyatt Smith's right, Anderson to his left, and Wyatt Smith's going to keep it on the read. Nowhere really to go. At this point, you're almost just running the ball to keep him honest, and every now and then pop one off.
Yeah.
Another note, really only 1 yard on that carry.
Got Aston and Crew both to the near side here, twins. Couple of big weapons here.
So Aston's one-on-one, and they're just now walking a safety out over Crew. Lots of space over here with your 2 biggest playmakers. And they're going to hand it to Gage. He's going to just struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. You had a run call played. You had a run play called, but when you looked over here, I wish you'd have given it, you had it back when you had your 2 playmakers out here one-on-one each with lots of space. Aston's proven time and time again he can take that screen to the house.
Aston signaling to the sideline that he can get open here.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and 8.
I'm making a call right here, Ryan. This one's going to Aston for a touchdown.
Snap. Straight drop. Wyatt Smith looking up. He's trying to look down the field, and he's going to sling it into the end zone, and it was just too far out there for Crew Chandler. So, ball is teed up at about, let's say, the 25, 30. It'd be about a 42-yarder to tie the game. And they're going to send Aziel Gonzalez or Elias Alejos out there. Elias, this is with the wind at your back. This is right at the edge of his range, though. And, when you're at the edge of your range in pregame warm-ups, you don't have anyone rushing you. The pressure's a little heightened when you're down 3 in a district game. You're going to be kind of at the edge of your range, and they're going to be pressuring you. 10:08 left here in the 4th quarter.
Some would say he's kicking it with the wrong foot.
Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is
kick.
up. It looks far enough. It is good! 42 yards to tie the game in the 4th quarter.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
The 4th quarter brought to you by the Peacock family. The Bearcats have come back and tied it up 48 apiece.
How good would you be at something if you've done it for 150 years? Probably pretty good, right? Well, at Chapin Title Company, that's exactly how much experience we bring to the table on each and every closing. Helping you realize the American dream of owning your own home is what we do best. And when we say best, we really mean it. We've been voted Texoma's #1 title company 12 years in a row. So when buying or selling your next property, tell your realtor you want to use Chapin Title right here in Pilot Point. Go Bearcats!
And we're back here teeing it up for the Southern Junkies kickoff. Each time Elias Alejos is kicked off in this direction, he's kicked it into the end zone or out of the back of the end zone. I'd like to see that. But, man, his first field goal attempt this year, his first 2 were just not – they didn't look good.
Sync, right?
And everyone since then has just been fantastic.
That was beautiful.
None bigger than that one. And this one he is going to kick deep. It's not going to make the end zone, but it's going to be caught at the 6 Ponder's mounting a return. They're going to try to get the Bearcat or the Ponder Lions sideline, where the Bearcats are going to seal it off over there and push him out at about the Bearcat or the Ponder Lion 35-yard line. So Ponder has been able to answer every time Pilot Point has gotten points. Ponder has been able to answer those points, and every time that we haven't gotten points, they haven't been able to score. So the Bearcats need to kind of reverse that trend there.
Yeah, this is when our defense has got to. I know these boys are tired, but we're gonna have to bear down right here. Finish this thing off. Still 10 minutes left. Could be an eternity with this Ponder offense.
Trips right. Clifton Cooper's trying to go quick, had a defender in the way, and now he's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to take some punishment at the end of it from Colin Lynch, and that's exactly what you want if you're the defense. He broke the play.
Yep.
He ran for 12, but at the end of it, he took a lick.
Keep putting those shoulder pads on him. Take a little bit out of him every play.
Ball at the Ponder line, 44-yard line. Snap, straight drop, and he's going to throw it to Sorensen on a shallow crossing. He's going to get out to the goalkeeper 50 for a host of Bearcats. Going to bring him down at the Bearcat 48-yard line. Ponder racking up yardage quick on this drive, and that's how their entire offense is. It's just alarming every time you see how many yards of offense they have. Going quick, Clifton Cooper rolling out left. Pilot Point trying to bring pressure. Hit him as he threw it. It's going to be short hop. That was Peacock was the intended target. Hitting him as he's throwing, making him throw on the run. If he decides to scramble, putting a lick on him at the end.
Don't let him get comfortable back there.
All the things you need to do late in the ball game to try to get a win. It's a quarterback run formation. That's what's coming.
Straight run.
And he's able to just patiently sidestep out of a would-be tackler. Colin Lynch come flying out of the secondary, looking like he was about to hit him, and just very patiently, Clifton Cooper sidestepped and was able to get enough for a first down out across the Bearcat 40-yard line, down to the 38.
Our defense is not ready here.
Roll out right, throw it into the flat, and this one Peacock wasn't quite ready for it. Too low around the shins, and he drops it, and the Bearcat defensive line's getting a sub.
Yeah, it's a tough catch on the out route. He was kind of backpedaling, and the ball was delivered short.
That ball's thrown in a curl from the slot to Peacock, who's going to be tripped up by Colin Lynch, but not until he gets to the Bearcat 25. And it's almost like clockwork here for Ponder. We're going to need to change something up here. I think we need to get a hand on the ball somewhere.
Yeah, a little zone blitz or something. We could use a turnover chain right here.
Quarterback run to the left. Cooper's going to get a seam, and he has a chance to get in the end zone with it. And he is going to spin out of a couple guys trying to strip the ball, and they can't get it out, and he's going to get in the end zone, giving Ponder a touchdown lead here in the fourth quarter. 8:38 left in this fourth quarter. Ponder's taking a touchdown lead.
Yeah, a lot of room for him to run on that play. Homecoming King is having himself quite the evening.
Yeah, I'm going to get a goalkeeper stat check on him, just on him, see what his yardage looks like. This next Italian PAT is up, and it is good. So 8:38 left in the fourth quarter. Ponder moves out 55-48. Bearcats when we come back.
Located in Pilot Point, Texas, the Chandler family has been making custom cabinets for over 40 years. As a team, Chandler Cabinets is committed to designing and building the perfect cabinets for you. They will make the process comfortable and stress-free by personally guaranteeing a superior product built on the standard of superior craftsmanship and immaculate customer satisfaction. From concept to completion, perfect form and function. Chandler Cabinets is an award-winning company with a reputation for consistent innovation at the highest level of design. You can find more information on Chandler Cabinets at chandlercabinets.net or on their Facebook page, Chandler Cabinets.
Getting ready for the Southern Junkies kickoff. I tallied up just Clifton Cooper for the Ponder Lions. 437 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 96 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. That gives them a total of 843 yards.
It's a good season.
And 8 touchdowns
in most cases.
Tonight.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
5 touchdowns on the ground, 3 through the air. Wow.
Still got to watch for the onside once again.
He has every one of their
right?
touchdowns, whether it's running or passing.
Yep.
This is a short pooch kick, and it's going to be caught at the 26. And this is Crew Chandler.
Get to the sideline, Crew. He's got speed.
He's going to turn it up. 40. Picks up a block across the 50. And he's pushed out of bounds in Ponder Lion territory at about the Ponder Lion 48. Bearcats have a good return to start this drive, trying to go back and tie the game.
Absolutely. Great job by Crew to head over to this near sideline and turn it up.
That's an RM Garage kick return there by Crew Chandler, and it's a good one, getting out across midfield. Just 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. The Bearcats, they've been in a few of these games so far this year. Farmersville was one. Last week against Paradise was another.
You got to finish, right?
They've got to finish it. They've got to find a way to come out on top here. Or they'll be on the outside looking in. Bearcats take the snap. It's high, but Wyatt Smith's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to have some space. Sidesteps out across the 40, down to the Lion 39-yard line. And it's going to be just shy of the yard to gain for a first down. It's going to slip a second and short.
Yeah, Wyatt doing his best Clifton Cooper impersonation there with the quarterback power run.
Wyatt's had himself a day over 309 yards passing. He also has, only 17 yards receiving or rushing, but he has some big carries. He's going to step up. He's going to throw a deep ball. Has a man. Is that the man? That's the man. Ashton Kirby strolls in for his fourth receiving touchdown of the night. 39 yards, and he's coming up on 200.
Wow.
Well, I can tell you one thing. You go watch a Ponder Lion football game, you're going to have some fun.
Yeah, you're going to see some points being scored. There is no doubt.
Don't have plans early Saturday morning, though, because these games run late.
Yeah.
Got it teed up. This next Italian PAT is a big one. The snap is a bit high, but Wyatt Smith puts it down. The kick is up, and it is good. The Bearcats answer. 7:54 left in the fourth quarter. We're tied up at 55 apiece.
Are you looking to build that dream home or barn-dough? CS Designs offers a complete range of design services. CS Designs products range from general drawing services to commercial and residential blueprints, as well as 3D renderings and virtual reality walkthroughs. Let Cole Stewart and the CS Design team design you a beautiful progressive home or building that translates your ideas into an outstanding reality. Visit their website at csdesignstx.com or give them a call at 940-365-4048.
Almost 140 offensive plays have been ran so far between the two teams, and the yards are piling up. Well over 1,000 yards of total offense. We're over 110 points scored between the two teams. I mean, this is
record book stuff.
A shootout. Got it teed up for the Southern Junkie kickoff. Elias Leos has been able to get it out of the back of the end zone a few times on these. He's approaching this one, and this is a good high kick. It's not going to reach the end zone, but it's going to be caught at the 6. And the Ponder's going to try to get a return. The coverage team is down there. They're going to make a tackle at the 26-yard line. So Ponder's going to get the ball with a chance to add to their lofty total so far. Absolutely amazing.
You think Clifton Cooper's going to be involved here somehow, Ryan?
Oh, for sure. Pilot Point, according to the media guide from last year, Pilot Point's record for passing is 377 yards. They are at 348. So we're at about 29 yards shy of a new school record.
How many yards?
Tonight. 377 is what they need. We need 20. Not
29.
Damn.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I love to hear it.
You got me questioning. Pressure on Clifton Cooper, and he's just going to sling this one out to Sorensen, who can't come down with it. We got 29 yards away from the school record for passing for the Bearcats.
Great pass rush by these guys. Ryan Ronnie.
619 yards total offense so far for Ponder, 437 through the air.
Clifton Cooper's rolling out. He's got under pressure.
Steps up, and he's going to get out to about the 28-yard line, which is just a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. Going to set up a 3rd and long.
Almost another sack there. I'll take it.
It's going to be 3rd and 9. The yard line to gain would be the 37 of Ponder, they're going to roll out right. Clifton Cooper looking to pass.
Comes out route.
Oh, Alex Puga tried to jump it. It was a high throw. Sorensen was able to get up and get it. Aston Braid the tackle. But that was, Alex Puga made a decision, and if that ball's not high, Alex Puga's right there to make the catch.
Yeah, he looked like he was in perfect position there.
Going quick, rolling out left. Ryan Riney chasing him down. Brings him down from behind. No!
Flag.
That might be. That might be. I think it was mostly Jersey, but
I tell you what, he's feeling it.
I feel like it was mostly Jersey, but yeah, safety of players. You can't drag a guy down like that. Now, if it was all Jersey, it's clean, but that whole entire motion of grabbing a guy like that and dragging him down. So it's unfortunate because it was a heck of a play by Ryan Riney there.
Yes, sure was.
That advanced care penalty is going to go on the Bearcats and put the Lions in Bearcat territory here with 6:55 left in the fourth quarter. Chance, did you see if he got his hands in the shoulder pads or was it all Jersey?
I was just texting you guys a picture. I got Jersey, but that's a tough call by the refs. So
it is. I don't blame.
I don't blame him on that one.
It's that's how kids break their legs, all sorts of things when they're drugged down from behind like that. Now, if it's all Jersey, technically I believe it's legal. But yeah, it's an impossible call in the moment unless you're just right there.
Especially as violent as it was.
Yeah. Trips right for the Lions. Ball at the Bearcat 41-yard line. And they're going to quick throw it and curl in the slot to Peacock, and he's going to get pushed out 1 yard shy of the line to gain for the first down. I feel like the Bearcats secondary is getting a little closer to some of these balls.
Yeah, I think, we saw Puga was in position there. If we get another one of those.
Oh, a run going nowhere.
Hey, this is why they don't run the ball traditionally.
Cooper Locke stood the guy up and coming through. Angel Salazar made the tackle it was 3rd and 1. I think they lost a yard. 3rd and 2. This is going to be a quarterback run right here.
Yeah, power up the middle.
And Clifton Cooper's going to push an offensive lineman out of the way. I've been the victim of that a time or two with old Jarman back in the day. You get in his way, he just pushes you. That's enough for a Ponder Lion first down. On the drive here, into the win. 6:15 left. Snap is high.
Got away from him.
Got to get to him before he's able to make something happen.
Come on, Bearcats.
Clifton Cooper's had an opportunity to pick that up every time tonight. He tried to pick it up, and he missed it, but ultimately he was able to jump on it. But it's going to be a big, big loss for the Ponder Lions. Those snaps have gotten him a few times. Just Clifton Cooper's athleticism has bailed him out time and time again. That time it couldn't do it.
Might see some fatigue from the snapper. I mean, my goodness, as many plays as they've run.
Yeah, roll out left. Clifton Cooper's going to have some time to throw, and he throws a strike.
Man, Wyatt Smith was right there.
Peacock. Wyatt Smith laid out literally the only spot Clifton Cooper could put that. He did. I am super impressed.
You have to be impressed with this guy.
This kid can sling it around. Snap, roll out right, throws it. Peacock another catch. Oh, I didn't even think about how they were so far back that big completion wasn't enough for a first down. Now they're in 4th and 6. After 2 completions, they're still in 4th and 6. Bearcats have an opportunity
Come on, Bearcats. This is the play of the game right here.
Trips left for the
We need
Lions.
to stop.
They're going to roll out that way.
Oh,
and
high snap.
Ryan Riney's in his face. Bearcats are in his face. He's scrambling. He's going to throw it out.
Make a play, Gage.
Right, Gage Anderson knocks it down, incomplete, and the Bearcats get the stop and the ball with 5:12 left in the fourth quarter in a tie ball game.
I know Gage wanted that interception, but it actually helped us that he didn't catch it clean.
Yeah, about 13 yards in field position.
Yep.
Excellent play. Ryan Riney, he's exhausted playing both ways, but on the biggest play of the game comes right through, and he's too big for Clifton Cooper to try to operate over or around, so he has to change course. There's only one guy on this side of the field, and Cooper threw a strike. Gage Anderson made a play. Turnover on downs for the Bearcats.
55-55 with 5:12 remaining.
Snap. And there's a handoff. It's that Colin Lynch.
Breaks
the tackle. Gets out across a 30. Giving Anderson a break after a few of those big plays on defense. Ike Real Estate Group first down for Colin Lynch, who hopefully that's just a shoe issue. because he's a bit hobbled. Maybe it's a cramping type deal because you see him kind of keeping the legs straight.
Yep.
And they're going to bring him. Well,
they're going to let him go one more.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10. That was an Irish Real Estate Group first down. Snap. And that's a curl in the slot right off of Crew Chandler's hands. Crew Chandler was thinking about big things after the catch.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to avoid number 30 there, Colin Usery from hitting him.
Crew Chandler, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night. He has 5 catches, all mostly of the big play variety, 31 yards per catch. As to Kirby, the other big play receiver, 175 yards and 4 touchdowns. Puga has a few catches, 2 for 18 yards.
We need some Gage against the machine. Come on.
And Gage is going to get the carry. This is where your running game, you got to get it, pay some dividends. You've softened them up, and now you're starting to break off chunks. But it's going to set up a 3rd and 6 here. Big 3rd down for the Bearcats.
Big time. Clock is running with 4:24 remaining.
They've got Aston isolated down here on the lone side here for the Bearcats. One guy on him.
Looks like he's going to have some safety help.
Snap, they're looking that way, and they throw a comeback. And did he hold on to it?
Perfect delivery, perfect catch. We got a
tough catch there.
First down.
You're absolutely right. It was perfect. Only place it could be put to be caught by a Bearcat receiver. But hey, the focus it took to bring that in was incredible. Great catch by the senior for an Irish Real Estate Group first down.
What a play. Keep this drive going.
1st and 10 from the Bearcat 46-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wyatt Smith, the quarterback, takes a snap. And he's going to hand it to Anderson, who's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kind of mass chaos there in the backfield, Ryan.
Absolutely. Just glad the ball didn't get put on the ground. Second and 10 from their own side of the goalkeeper 50-yard line at their own 46. Not in any hurry, even if you don't get points here. What you need, you don't necessarily want to give Ponder. Not that they need much time, but you don't want to give them any.
Well, they don't need much time at all, Ron.
Snap. Weissman's going to read this one, keep it up the middle, out across the 50-yard line, going to set up a 3rd manageable. Ahead of the chains, but man, it sure does put a lot of pressure on these 3rd down situations.
It really does.
3rd, and it looks to be about 5. Line to gain will be the Ponder Lion 44. It's currently at the Ponder Lion 49.
Just about the same situation we were in last 3rd down. Looks like we got Jesse Ringel at this near side, and Aston's over on the far side. Crew Chandler in the slot on the far side.
Taking our time. 2:35 in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 5 from the Ponder Lion side of the field. Rolling away from the pressure. Throwing. Crew Chandler goes and gets it for an Irish Real Estate Group first down at the 35-yard line of the Ponder Lions. Huge rollout. Pressure coming from the offense's left, which was perfect because they rolled out right.
Yep.
Gave them some time. Put the ball up. Crew Chandler went and got it for the Irish Real Estate Group first down.
White does a great job throwing the ball on those.
We're going to get an uppercut
rollouts.
granted timeout on the Bearcats. Get one commercial, come back on the other side.
With 40 years' experience, DC David Construction LLC is a general contractor specializing in custom metal buildings, cement work, remodels, painting, and almost any other application you may need. DC David Construction LLC takes pride in the high level of professionalism, knowledge, and craftsmanship you will receive on every job they do, large or small. DC David Construction LLC is fully insured and always willing to give you a quote. Call DC David Construction LLC today at 940-390-8656.
And we're back here. The Bearcats wanted to get a timeout to discuss as they're getting the ball deeper into Lion territory. 2:23 left in the 4th. You know, at this level of the sport, I don't want to say I've got the 3 in the bag, period. I want to get it in the end zone, and I want to basically know that worst case scenario, the other team needs a touchdown.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to leave anything in you know, don't want to leave anything open for these Ponder Lions, and they're a dangerous offense. We want to get 7.
We got to get out there and get on the line. The play clock was running before we broke the huddle from the timeout, so we're already at 11 seconds, 10.
9.
Wyatt's got to recognize we're on the line.
Jesse Ringel
6,
is wide open down here.
5. Snap. Handoff. Anderson's going to get out some yards to game before he's brought down. And Jesse Rangel noticed that he wants it, but there's definitely a difference between the Ryan Riney play and that play.
Yeah, it's the way Gage fell forward versus Clifton Cooper. Their quarterback fell backwards whenever Ryan Riney tackled him. Timeout.
Hey guys.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting some text. Is Trent Trubenbach saying on his burner account, Rowdy Broker, that I need to bash kids? Is that what the text I'm getting? Because I'm sorry.
No.
They want less Aston. I guess we don't want him to make plays. I guess.
Okay, because I just want to be clear. These are all someone's kids.
Right.
I'm not going to speak negative on the podcast or the show.
No. What the call is for us to stop saying names like Aston and Crew and Wyatt and Puga and Riney, and name the other people that are making the plays.
I apologize, Rowdy Broker, for exposing Trent Trubenbach. That's your burner. My bad. Kanos, CrossFit, sideline mic out.
Thank you, Kanos.
All right, well, back to the game. 2:17 left.
Back to the action on the field, right?
2nd and 7. That was a Ponder Lion timeout. Both teams have 2 remaining. Snaps a bit high, but Wyatt does a good job of fielding it. Flag come out. Is that a flag I see?
I thought it was.
Chance, is that a flag down there?
I hear whistles like there's a flag.
I don't see it.
I thought I saw something.
Oh, yeah.
Offsides on the Ponder Lion.
Okay.
Our buddy down here makes the call.
Hey.
He looked a little hesitant when he made the motion, though. Stiff shoulders. Like, the guy down here, it's on the Bearcat sideline number.
Yeah, be careful which way he points.
Well, there's only one way that motion goes, and that's on the defense.
I thought there was only one way an onside kick recovery would go as well, but he proved us wrong on that one.
Kicker's running off with the football. All right, that's going to bail the Bearcats out because that would have put them at about a 3rd and 7. And instead, we have a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, we got options here.
2:09 left. Timeout whistles are blown, and that is Uppercut Granite timeout number 2 for the Ponder Lions. Ponder's feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure. We're going to stay here because this is a game. This is a game.
Yeah, and they got guys doubled over. I mean, they're pretty tired as well.
You pointed out the discrepancy on the roster, though. You said they had like 40 kids on the roster.
They have 24 seniors. That's more than we've got on our entire roster.
You know what makes me, seniors, right? Remember 2 years ago, I know Clifton Cooper's dad is the coach, so they might have moved here last year. So, Chance, if you know the answer to this, let me know.
He started last year. This is his 2nd year.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, because if this kid was on the roster and you were running that stupid wing tee, not so wing tee stupid, that
come on now.
What they were running, it's stupid when that kid's your quarterback.
The minister of 90s Bearcat culture.
Oh, man.
Calling the wing tee stupid, Ryan. We're going to have problems up here. We're going to need that drywall spackle. Nordy, we start rolling around. Spackle the gap.
Here. Snap. Weissman's going to read it. He's going to keep it. He's going to get up across, gets down for the first down. Iroquois taking the first down. So we are, the clock is stopped for the chains to move, but we're going to be officially at the 2:03 mark of the 4th quarter in a tie ball game with the Bearcats having the ball 1st and 10 at the Ponder Lion 24-yard line.
I know what you meant, though, Ryan. That was not an offense built for Clifton Cooper. That's for sure. A couple years ago. Totally different outlook now.
Getting the calls here. Every play's getting bigger and bigger in this one. Snap. Another handoff to the sophomore Anderson. And I know your clock conscience. That's the 3rd and final Uppercut Granite timeout that Ponder has. And that was 1st down. So I know you're thinking about the clock.
Right. You have to.
I'm not the coach, so it doesn't matter if I'm comfortable with this or not. But even though we've seen him kick great since his first 2 attempts of the year, even though we've seen him hit a much more difficult one than this one, I'm not particularly comfortable with just saying,
no.
Let's
Don't
just
settle
play
for
for 3
right,
here. Yeah.
Right.
Which, we are definitely in his range here for sure. So, Rocky, we're definitely in kicking range. But that's not something I'm wanting to say, hey, we've got this in our back pocket, so we don't need to do anything else. Let's go get 7 here. And I know you want to be careful putting it in the air or, getting sacked and having a negative play.
Yeah.
But I guess you're in a different position. We're saying this, we're in a position where it's a tie. So if we decide to play for 3 and you don't make it, you don't lose the game, right? You live to play on. But if you're losing, I feel even more strongly that, no, we gotta go for a touchdown here.
Yeah, I say continue to play for the touchdown.
And they're going to run the ball out right, and Gage Anderson has a
he's
chance to
got
catch
some room.
the edge.
Come on,
He's going to
Gage.
sidestep. He's got enough for a first down, and he gets down inbounds. That's a heady play for a sophomore, and that's a first down. So now we're really in the driver's seat, 119, and now it changes a little. Clock, letting the chain move. It changes a little because now we're getting much closer. So the more yardage we get towards the end zone, the better you feel about a kick.
119
Hey,
remaining
John,
right
we
now.
saw this scenario in Arbery.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's no time to take a knee and go all Aubrey and then lose on the last play. That's for sure.
We have 558 yards of offense in this game. I'd like to try to get this last 12. 369. I'd like to set the school record for passing, too. That's going to be run, and it's going to get back down to the 10. So, we need 378 to set a school record for passing. We are at 369, and we are at the 10. So a touchdown pass would give you what hopefully would be the win in this one, and a school record in passing.
I'm okay with just getting a win.
Are you looking at my guide? That's not the school record. That's not the school record.
Then just run it.
Okay.
What's the school record? You didn't have any 400 yards.
We don't have accurate records. That's just the last time it happened.
Last snap. Ooh.
Oh, man, the snap in this part of the game. Well, we're going to bring this down, and we're going to kick it.
Yeah. 12 seconds remaining, and clock is ticking.
It's going down to 10. We have 2, so we're going to get this down to about 3 seconds left. No! What? Aren't they? Well, if you're in, if you're in Pilot Point, you maybe call a timeout with 5 on a kick. You're on the road. You need to get that sucker down to 3.
Yeah.
But all right, the Bearcats have it teed up for a win.
Down to this.
Boy, I have emotions flooding back right here. I've been in one of these situations. A kick will win the game. As hopefully, as time expires, we'll have to get a look at the clock, and that's something I'm going to be interested in on the snap, is exactly when the kick, exactly when the clock starts versus when it stops. But shades of 2008 against Winsboro, tie game, 7 seconds left, kick field goal to win. Then 2009 in Saginaw against Godley, field goal as time expired to get the win. Elias Leos has it teed up right in the center of the field, just outside the 20, so it's going to be a 30-yard field goal. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's long enough. It is good. And there's, of course, there's 1 second left on the clock.
Oh, we're celebrating.
Of course.
Stay on the sideline,
Of
boys.
course. I didn't get a chance to look because I wanted to follow the kick. But, of course, I said it. 1 second left. And now, I'm onside kicking it. Because it's got to take a second.
Yeah.
It has to take a second. I trust nothing else. I want to onside kick it, do exactly what you did earlier. Everybody run in the center, have your kicker kick it 10 yards.
Yep.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's got to take a second.
I'm with you.
If you kick it in there, they can fair catch it.
No. Do our surprise what we did earlier.
Go down.
Just a dribbler.
Yeah.
And even if it goes, let's say you kick it kind of harder, not hard, but kick it kind of harder where even it gets past the front line, somebody has to field it. And, I guess you could say, well, if they just immediately fall on it and give themselves up, it doesn't have to take a second. But do they know that? Boy, this would be a big one. 58-55, Pilot Point with the lead with 1 second left and the kickoff team on the field. That 3 points earlier set that up to be a game-winning field goal as opposed to a game-tying field goal. 555 yards offense for the Bearcats, 649 for Ponder, and it kind of comes down to this right here, right?
Yep.
Oh boy, I'm extremely nervous to see the decision. Because
oh man, I kick it right here to the
guy on the 45. Kick it to him.
45, right at that guy on the 45-yard line. Right up the middle. There it is.
Right.
Perfect. Right off of it.
All right, now go get the ball.
Pitches it back. Make a tackle. Make a tackle, boys.
Boom! Ball game! Josue Villarreal finishes it,
sir.
And the Bearcats stay alive and control their own destiny.
Got the
We're
dub.
final here in Ponder with a score of Pilot Point 58.
Wow.
Ponder 55. A little bit of excitement on that last play, but never doubted on that kick right there. Never saw anything scary. They started doing the schoolyard stuff where they throw it back. Josue Villarreal wasn't playing games, though. He said, we're ending this one right now.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Great tackle.
What an exciting game. We knew it could be exciting. Over.
Had to have it. Had to have this
Over
win,
1,100 yards of offense.
We're still in playoff
Aston
contention.
Kirby with 4 touchdowns of his own. Clifton Cooper on the other side responsible for 8 Ponder Lion touchdowns and over 800 yards of offense. My goodness, what a performance from him. What a game by the Bearcats. And they, like I said, they keep their own, control their own destiny when it comes to that 4th playoff spot.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, what an excellent game.
Man, awesome.
Well, that's a final here from Ponder tonight. Let's go ahead, and it's worth it this week to dive in this goalkeeper pool stat sheet check because I know a lot of you are probably interested in what this looks like. So we'll go through it quick. Passing, Wyatt Smith, 18 of 34 for 369 yards and 6 touchdowns. He had the 1 interception on the first possession of the game and didn't turn the ball over again. Rushing, Gage Anderson, 21 carries, 110 yards.
Yes, he got that 100.
4 for 60 from Colin Lynch with a 51-yard touchdown. Wyatt Smith, 15 carries, 19 yards, but those were big yards at different times. Receiving, Aston Kirby reels in another 10 catches, 182 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Crew Chandler, 6 catches, $169, and 2 touchdowns of his own. Alex Puga, 2 catches, 18 yards. Holy smokes. Now to the Ponder side, 33 of 50 for Clifton Cooper, 481 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I thought it was a gimmick. I thought there was something to it. There's no way they're throwing the ball for 480 yards a game and 481 yards a game. I mean, it's a real deal.
It's definitely the real
deal. Rushing wise, Clifton Cooper added 82 yards on 25 carries and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Nazard got hurt on the 1 carry for 76 yards. Sorensen 1 carry for 4 yards. Had 168 yards rushing. Receiving for them, Nazard 7 catches, 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sorensen 7 catches, 84 yards. Peacock 15 catches, 225 yards and a touchdown. Reynolds 2 catches for 26 yards. My goodness, John.
Wow.
369 yards passing for the Bearcats, 186 yards on the ground for a total offense of 555 yards and 1 turnover. Ponder 481 yards passing, 168 on the ground, 649 yards total offense. They had 2 turnovers. And, a couple turnovers, a couple field goals, the story of this one. And Pilot Point gets out of here with their 2nd one of the year, their 1st one in district, and in control of their own destiny for the playoff push.
Yeah, what a gutsy victory out here tonight. Great sportsmanship shown by both teams. Each of them standing for the other's school song, waiting to shake hands and say your congratulations. Real gutsy win by our Bearcats tonight.
Well, man, I'm sure the broadcast crew up here, we're about as exhausted as the players are out there from all the excitement up here.
I'm going to need some caffeine on the way home.
Absolutely. I want to send a thanks to everybody in the chat listening tonight. We had well north of 200 listeners. Right now, game's over, 237 people watching. We want to thank everyone in the Sunset Pool subscriber chat room. We just appreciate you guys. We do it all for you guys. I want to thank Pilot Point ISD, Ponder ISD, PilotPointBearcats.com, Chance Kirby, Travis Marsh, our voiceover extraordinaire and cameraman Steve Sparkman, sound engineer Roger Marsh, our statistician Chris Nortman, all of our sponsors, and for me, Ryan Menard and John Little. Thank you. Good night. Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats.